Yeah,
and then some people like they really like the normal, like 4/4, the simple, more straightforward stuff where their brain can kind of auto predict.
You just like drone along with it.
Because like most metalheads are gonna enjoy Rush because they like the more technical, complicated stuff.
Were you saying that to Nikki?
Yeah.
I thought you were explaining like Screamo music to her.
No, I don't remember how or why I started talking about Rush. I think I literally just was like, oh, because we were talking, like all those cool songs from the 80s and 70s were playing. So we were talking about that, and I was like, oh, do you like Rush? Because I expected her to say no, and she did say no, and I'm like, oh, that's because.
Yeah, then you went on the explanation.
Yeah.
You got a fan already in this. James Warren says, what's up?
Oh, hey. What's up, man?
Yeah. There's going to be some people watching. We're already live, but yeah, who are you? Because I've never met you.
I'm basically nobody. My name's Robbie Merck. I've known Caleb for a while. Back when I used to actually play music, he did the recording and mastering for the CD my band released.
What's your band?
It was the Deadbeats.
Deadbeats.
Yep.
I haven't heard that before.
They were good.
Who was with you?
They were cool.
In the band?
It was me, Brandon Pazar, and Donald Olson.
Pazar. Mm-hmm. I saw him. I've met him several times through just like parties and going out. And we were at Shane Hernandez's house, and he just like found a guitar, just kind of noodled around with it. Mm-hmm. And I said, play something I know, and he pulls out What's My Age Again, and he got the whole apartment singing, like a good 20 people just singing over him.
He was a huge Blink fan.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have a talk with him to see what he thinks about like the new stuff and like what they're doing with like touring with Travis Barker, which I think is like a weird combination.
Oh, with the
rapper?
Lil Wayne.
Barker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Lil Wayne.
Well, Barker did work with Lil Wayne for a little while in the 2009-10 era because he's a drummer and he appreciates anything with beats in it. And I think Hoppus did vocals on one of the Lil Wayne's tracks. I can't be sure for that, but
I honestly wouldn't know. I don't really listen to. I'm just now at 31 starting to get into like rap and hip hop and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good though. I mean, it's better late than never because you can. Right. I don't like it either, but I
don't like stuff that's derogatory or like just talking about. Just
the hell are you doing on here?
Fair enough. No, I don't. If you have the same 5 words said 60 times in the first 20 seconds, I don't really give a shit what you're gonna say.
Or if you like substance in your rap.
Like I like the hip hop and rap and stuff that I like is people like Tom McDonald or Ryan Upchurch and stuff like that. Like Upchurch is more of like the country rap or the hip hop or whatever people want to call it. But it's like they talk about shit that's actually going on and not just about getting shit faced or like popping Xannies and shit.
So do you like NWA, some of the old school, the good stuff?
Yeah, I can always get down with like old school stuff. Like I won't know shit for facts or names about it, but I can get down to it because of the fact that it's actually talking about shit.
It has substance.
Yeah, it's not just the same song over the same stupid cut up beat and everybody says the same 5 things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But yeah, like going off of Travis Barker doing shit with people. Did you see MGK, Travis Barker, and Youngblood all did a song together?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. It reminds me of like maybe early to mid 2000s like pop punk stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit. What's the song called?
Shit, let me look it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
What's the MGK?
Yeah, it's MGK, Youngblood. It's YUNGBLUD, all one word. No O.
It like auto-corrected with
yeah, if you go to the second one down. Yep.
Cool.
The regular one.
That is it.
Think I'm okay?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a stupidly good song. If you ever get a chance to, just check it out. That actually introduced me to Youngblood, and he's a dude, I think he's like 19 or something. He's from northern England, I think.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah. But he's got some really cool music, too.
You got 2 people that say they know you through vaping.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Where's your vape right now?
I unfortunately smoke again, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was doing really good for a while, and then I was able to cut down to 0 nicotine, and then I stopped vaping for a while, and then just shit happened, and I bought a pack of smokes, and I started smoking again.
And it goes back to that forever.
Yep.
Yeah, well, no one's gonna. It's a James thing. Yeah. I think you shouldn't hold that against yourself. I heard a song by, what's that band that we like together?
A lot of them?
No, the one that's like the one that we like. Census Fail.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got it. And they have this new song called Gold Jacket, Green Jacket, which is a reference to Happy Gilmore when he says Gold Jacket, Green Jacket, who gives a shit? And the hook is just take a pill to make you smile and buy some shit that you don't need. So it's like the whole song is about how his whole age group and our whole age group is we're just fucked. Yeah. And it's mostly he blames the government, but I mean, there's a lot of shit we could do better ourselves.
I was gonna say I don't necessarily blame the government.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of shit they do fucking wrong.
Sure.
Like the fact that I'm 90% positive that the government isn't for the people anymore.
Well, they're not.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they are.
It's for business.
Yeah, exactly. It's when lobbyists are making laws, you understand that they're not doing shit for you and they don't give a shit about you.
Right. Well, I was saying, like, the whole song's very anti-government, but at the same time, it just says, well, if you're fucked anyway, you might as well enjoy yourself.
Right, yeah.
And, yeah, take a pill to make yourself smile. And it's like, don't worry if you're on something that kind of alters your mood, because we're all doing something that is mood-altering. And it's just try to enjoy your life before this is all over.
Well, we're a generation of instant gratification.
Yeah.
That's how we were brought up. We got to the things where it's... You don't
Pull that mic just a little closer to you there.
Move it down just a tiny bit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like we don't need to work quite as hard, quite as long to get the shit we want because everything's so readily available nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of sad because like I love working with my hands and I love working on things. I love like working on cars or just doing projects and stuff. I love going out camping, and when I go camping, we like hike in places. We chop our own shit. We don't bring anything with us or anything like that. But at the same point in time, I am the worst person to get self-motivated to do anything. Like, I will gladly sit on my couch and do nothing all day.
Damn. Well,
I feel that.
You need that once in a while, but, like, it can be dangerous.
Right,
It can be a slippery slope because then when you remember how fun it is, God, I wish I was on my fucking couch right now doing nothing.
Like even when we're out in the bar sometimes on the weekend, I'm just like, man, I just want to be at home.
That's
watching Netflix right now.
I feel that too sometimes, but if I sit alone,
well, then I have another drink and I'm like, never mind.
Or BJ wins another $60.
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah, we need him to get better so he can win
us. Are you
us.
a gambler, Robbie? You ever go to the casino?
I used to, and this is going to be like the most awesome thing that I've ever done in my life. Yeah, I used to go with my mom and dad and play bingo.
Dude,
yeah.
I've actually never played bingo.
It's
what?
Sorry.
That's it. We're playing. We're gonna fucking play bingo.
Like in school and stuff. Like not even.
I guess like in school, but like not like real bingo for like money.
It's the same thing. There's just a lot more rules and a whole lot more going on in front of you. Like my parents would play. We would all play multi cards.
Okay.
I think my parents would play with like 9 or 12 cards.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Just. Yeah, I've seen those. Like I've when my great grandma was still alive. Borrowed time. And when she was still here, she would have bingo halls, and they would have those fucking bags of markers, those stompers, or whatever. And then they would have backup ones for those in case they ran out. You guys know what I'm talking about? Those big fucking, like, they look like shampoo bottles. And she would just stand up and walk a table like longer than this, like one of those old conference tables from school, those brown ones, like the ones from wrestling.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, B9, and she just will pace back and forth and just...
Damn.
And they still wouldn't win.
Right.
Like, but it was so fun still.
Yeah, it's exhilarating to do it. Like, I don't think I ever won in any of the times I ever went with my parents, but it's fun to do because you never think of it's like, well, it's bingo. Who's going to get into bingo? When you find out that if they say a number after you've called your bingo, like if you miss it by a second, they start calling out the next number, you slept through it. You don't get shit. Mm-hmm. My dad did that. I think it was with like a $5,000 bingo one time.
Oh, shit.
My mom got so pissed. Like, the ladies next to us were cheering her on to just beat the shit out of him. Like,
whoa. Jesus.
Like, they get violent. Like, some of those old ladies in there, they're brutal.
There was serious business.
It's not bingo, but when you used to smoke in bowling alleys, I remember my grandparents took me to Ledgeview, and they were waiting on a game, and the guy at the counter, it was busy as shit. Like every lane was taken by a tournament, and the woman started screaming like an old Midwestern, like upper 60s woman. 6, damn it, we're fucking waiting. Just losing her shit. That's scary. Like, but it's kind of in the same realm, I think, of I wouldn't call it. Well, it is a sport.
Yeah.
Bingo's not, but bowling is. But it's kind of in like that
Bingo's like
bar sport or some shit, you know, or softball.
retirement home sport.
That's like shuffleboard.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, shuffleboard's so fun. I don't know if you ever played with it, like a
I've
hotel or
played
anything.
fake.
I've never done like the
Shuffleboard,
full size
like-
shuffleboard, but whatever
So
that.
fun.
What's that tabletop version of it called?
Ooh, carpet ball. Like,
I don't even.
is it like,
I know what you're. It's at 3rd and 1.
Yeah,
they have one in the back.
It's got
I've played
like
it. It's fun.
Sand on top of the table, and it's got the
oh, they
pucks.
have. Oh,
Yeah. Otherwise, there's a. Oh, what is it? It's like Bare Bones Brewery, just north of Oshkosh. They've got it in their brewery.
Oh,
'Cause,
wow.
like, you can go to their tap
Lord.
room and everything.
that's
Which,
awesome.
if you guys like beer, go check them out. It's fantastic. Them guys and Three Sheeps out in, I believe, it's Sheboygan area.
3 sheets or 3 sheeps?
Sheeps.
Sheeps like the animal.
Yep.
Like bah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like bah.
Well, isn't that the noise they make?
Sheep as in bah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sheep as in
As in sheep, you know, as in bah. But so we got a little off. Oh yeah, I got to bring this up. CRISPR. I don't know. Oh, I thought of this because the Rice Krispie thing. CRISPR. This is a program that lets you alter your DNA.
Hello.
Head
What?
that shit. CR. You'll find it. CRISPR with no E.
CRISPR.
Uh huh.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
Now, is this like that? You get to pick the shit for your kids, or are they trying to? Do
I
it for
don't know.
people?
I honestly don't know. I just know it alters DNA and it alters the double helix.
All right, what is CRISPR? CRISPR is technology.
It's where you keep your lettuce.
Simple yet powerful tool for editing genomes. It allows
Goddamn.
researchers to easily alter. Well, something popped in. Hold on. So, researchers to easily alter DNA sequences and modify gene function. Its main potential applications include correcting genetic defects, treating and preventing the spread of diseases, and improving crops. However, its promise also raises ethical concerns. No shit.
if you can't get away with modifying corn, how the fuck you think you're gonna get away with modifying
Yeah.
people?
Dude. Yeah. What?
Like,
Is that the next step? Are we going to go the way of Krypton and just edit all of our people so that we all fill a certain role?
it's like going back to the Spartans, except instead of just kicking them off of a mountain, we're just changing them entirely.
Right, right.
Like,
God.
I
well,
love
think
that.
about it. Like, I wonder, like, can this be done to someone after they're born though? Like, or is
That's-
this all in
like,
like?
that's what I was
Yeah, I don't
thinking.
think so.
Like,
Like, it's got to be
I'm-
like fetal stage,
Right.
right? Like,
Uh-huh.
like, I wonder if that's the same shit that they were using when they were trying to make a big argument about. They found a way to basically get rid of the chance of kids having Down syndrome.
Uh-huh.
Right. It seems like a good way to do that. Like, where you just go look at the genome and be like, hey, is something fucked up here? All right, let's fix that. You know, type of thing.
Right. And it makes sense to me from the aspect of wanting to get rid of it, because it is, you have the chance further on in life to have more health difficulties and things like that, and maybe having harder situations. But at the same point in time, if you talk to people with Down syndrome, like there was a dude who's really famous for giving a speech to, I think it was to Congress about it. There's a dude who's lived his entire life with Down syndrome, because actually I don't think you can live your life without Down syndrome if you have Down, but whatever.
I guess so.
And he was just talking about how it's like, we live happy lives. We are functional. We work jobs. We have relationships. We get married. We are people. And it's like, it's such a weird line to look at, because it's like, there's nothing really wrong with them as a person. They're leading happy fucking lives.
So
They're just different.
So by
Yeah,
that
exactly.
thinking, do you think we should, if that guy did it, and maybe if enough people step forward and say we are fine, do you think we should yank the funding from that?
I think it's one of those things where if you want to do it, you should be able to do it, because it's more or less affecting your life at that point in time. And it's affecting your baby, obviously, and whatnot. And that's going to start a huge debate of people. It's like whether a fetus has rights or not, or whether it should be classified as a person from the heartbeat and everything like that. But it's just, I don't know, it's one of those like stupidly hard things to really weigh in on, because like I don't have kids. I don't have anything anywhere near kids. I'm a godfather, and that's it.
Okay.
So
I thought you meant like you had something lurking around here that was like a botchling or something.
yeah, no, I got somebody like buried beneath my house in like a little Minecraft cave type thing going on. I don't talk about it too much, but
I wouldn't talk about playing Minecraft either.
I found a article from MIT Technology Review about
Jesus.
China using CRISPR to alter the DNA of a pair of twins. and they're talking about how they may have had their brands inadvertently enhanced.
So what the like?
So like some Stranger Things shit,
So
where
when
it's like, you know, they made some psychics over there. Or
Wait, if we're gonna get like X-Men out of the deal, I'm all for it.
get
But like
some superheroes going, like
all
let's go.
the X-Men, like the way that they make them seem in, well, I think in all the movies the X-Men are like cursed. They feel like they're cursed and they're
Right.
they're freaks and well, like wasn't like the subplot of all the X-Men movies like there was like an anti-mutant coalition going
that
around
was
the world.
that was like the huge thing about it. Is
Yeah.
the X-Men, other than fighting, you know, like Magneto and shit, they were trying to go
Good
out
transition.
and say that mutants are people too. You don't need to get rid of us.
And,
but yeah,
and like the general public doesn't trust them because like
Yeah,
they're like, oh, they
exactly.
could just turn on us one
yeah,
day. Who's to say they're not going to just take us over?
it's the same thing as like some of the Superman plots though too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Superman, he could literally destroy the world if he wanted to, and like yeah, the dude could, but he's not gonna.
Speaking of Superman, you guys see or hear about Brightburn?
I've heard about it. I want to see it because the fact that it looks like if Superman was evil.
Right. It's kind of
That
like
shit looks awesome.
It looks pretty cool, yeah. Also, a kind of interesting thing with the Superman thing. I always wanted them to make the movie of the Red Sun plotline of Superman, where what would happen if he would land in Russia instead of the United States.
Jesus, is that a thing?
It's an awesome what if comic.
I was
Oh,
gonna
it's
say,
so
I'm
it
gonna-
is.
good.
They
Yeah, it's
already
so
did it.
good, yeah.
Jesus,
I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds awesome.
Super sweet.
Speaking of X-Men, and it's not X-Men, but like and Stranger Things. Did you see the news for
What?
11?
What?
They cast her in the Immortals.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
The next Marvel thing. They cast I don't know her actual actress
I was just
name.
saying, is it just the actress, or are they gonna like
Billy Bobby
push-
Brown. No,
Billy-
Billy Bobby Brown, the actress. Yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
Oh,
who
okay. They're
plays
not
her.
gonna like try and put 11
Oh
into.
fuck no.
No,
That'd be so
no, like-
sick.
I was gonna say that would cause so much concern.
What
That's so sick.
I know that they'll never be able to do this, but like because of licensing. But if they can do Super Smash Brothers and PlayStation All Stars, can they get like a bunch of shit from pop? Oh, they already did it. If they did a bunch of shit from pop culture, they did Ready Player One.
Dude, one of the greatest. Like, have
It's
you
a
seen
great
that movie?
fucking
Oh, I
movie.
love
It's
that.
so
fucking-
Yeah.
good. One of my favorite movies of the last 10 years, probably.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
so good.
Yeah,
But
it's
that's
in my
like-
top 5 already.
That's kind of like people are trying to petition to have Keanu Reeves put in the next Super Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well,
Oh my
he's already a pop idol, and now he's in video games.
Only if they put
So-
Scooby in, too.
Scooby.
Remember those? Do you guys remember those memes when it was like
the Shaggy
Oh,
memes.
yeah, the
Shag-
Shaggy,
yep.
the power level Shaggy memes.
What the
That
fuck
guy.
was that all about?
I don't know.
That
That's-
one
That's like a deep internet meme. That came out.
ashamedly went over my head.
Like,
There's not much to it.
I know the reference for both sides of it. I never understood how they correlated.
Me neither.
Like, I understand like the Ultra Instinct from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, whichever that one's called. There's too many
Yeah,
names for that shit
the
now.
new one.
And then Scooby Doo, and it's just, I don't get how the hell that shit came together. Though.
Me neither. I couldn't be bothered to dig enough into it.
Shaggy was teased as a character in Mortal Kombat 11 before it came out. There was a video
What?
showing him in the game, like within the game playing, and then they're like, yeah, unfortunately he's not going to be in the game.
Well, like I just want to know like the origin of why all those fucking they use the original one that I saw was this picture of like Freddie Prinze Jr. who was Fred in the movies, and he was like, well, there was this one time where Shaggy punched Daphne in the solar plexus when we were off set.
He
And
only used like 1% of his power.
yeah, and then he told us that he wasn't even trying. It's something like that, and it was like these interviews, and then it evolved into like this whole thing where he was like beating up people and beating up kids and shit.
Oh no! They basically they kept like
Yeah.
escalating where like he's just like only using a fraction of his power level. Yeah, I don't understand where it came from, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Where
Shaggy's
it's just one of
secretly
those
waiting
internet
to snap and kill
perpetuations.
people.
Well, Shaggy was always stoned, so he never reached
Right.
his full potential.
The meme
Fred,
eventually evolved into Shaggy's just like an ancient god.
I think
the
that
mortal
yeah,
body.
and then it just fell off. Thank Christ. One of the new memes that I'm really enjoying is somebody's daughter memes.
What? What is
Oh.
this?
I don't think
gotta
I've
look
seen
it up.
those,
Hold on.
yeah.
Google it.
Hit the old.
While
Google
he's
stick.
Googling that, I wish
sir.
that the meme of the lady who drove into the sidewalk, I wish that stayed popular.
It's
I
a
love
small
seeing
town
that.
meme. It got pretty big
Yeah,
for us, but then it kind of somebody's daughter meme.
The one that I see all over the place right now has like the woman yelling and pointing at somebody, and then it has the cat sitting at the dinner table with the plate going like, what?
Oh, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that modded a whole bunch now.
That's another one. Yeah. People who
I don't know what this one looks like, so
I'll show you an example on my phone.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Basically, it's just anybody has an object in their touching with their tongue and it says somebody's daughter. So the one that I'm currently looking at is Netflix is in the background asking if I'm still watching, and then this woman's licking an entire teacup. It says somebody's daughter on the teacup. There was one that was Miltank from Pokemon, and it had like Cyndaquil sucking one of its nipples, and then the Miltank was just like, and it just.
Called hentai.
It just said, it might have been, but it said somebody's daughter on the Miltank, and it said me on the Cyndaquil.
All right.
The left can't meme.
What?
Hello.
I think that's a political jab.
Political. We're not political.
We never get political.
Never political.
Wait till the 2020 election.
Can't wait.
I might
I'm
actually.
so excited. We're gonna have our own show for that.
Someone's gonna have to host without me because I don't want to be part of that.
No.
shit.
You just gotta have your own show for that. Like, just make a separate political show during the season.
Where no one watches it.
Just like I'll probably end up having a Star Wars show when Episode 9 comes around.
I'm doing the fucking Star Wars show. We're all doing fine. We can all do one.
I meant like its own separate thing. Just like like for a couple months leading up to Episode 9.
If you want.
Prep.
I mean, what I was gonna do. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I like to do before every major release of anything is like watch all the previous movies, even if I've seen them a billion times.
Right. You got to refresh everything that's happened up till that point.
Yeah. And I would like to do. I was gonna watch all of them in order, starting with New Hope, going up to order of release order, and just talk about like maybe every 3. Just like what you like about. I freaked out once at Charlie because he says the pod race is the worst part of Episode 1. I'm like,
the best part of
fuck
Episode 1.
you. That was my childhood.
I was
going
gonna say I really enjoyed that. Like the entire movie, pretty much.
I'll be honest. Episode 1 is like secretly my favorite prequel.
I'm not.
It's like a lot of
I don't have
people's
anything
worst.
against that.
I was gonna say I could probably go with that. Like, there's definitely parts of it, like specific characters, that I'm not a big fan of.
Right,
but-
like I'll be honest, Jar Jar's
Like who?
Jar Jar is not that bad.
Right. I just love the fact that he got so much hate that they had contemplated making him a Sith Lord.
Dude.
Like
yeah.
when people
Like, when-
hate you so much that they go from
But
making you just.
that's just because Lucas, how his personality is like, oh, I don't like him. Huh? Maybe he'll be the big bad guy now.
He talks like that too.
He does. That's my impression.
Patton Oswalt does a great impression of
Dude,
him.
I love when he talks about Star Wars.
He did when he filibustered Star Wars at the time.
So good.
He has a joke where he was talking about the prequels, and he does a George Lucas impression, and he just goes, so what's going to be in the new movie? He's like, we're going to show you the origin of Darth Vader. Oh, is he going to be like a fucked up, Chucky kind of kid where he's like stabbing people and they show how he becomes evil? No, he's just going to be there. He's going to be about 9 and he's going to be very sad. Just, wait, what?
We talk about sand a lot.
It's like,
That's the true potential of the emo kid.
It started in '99,
power.
so, and then I think he tells 3 separate ones, but another one was it's like, we're gonna show Boba Fett. He says, holy shit, you saved it, thanks. What's it gonna be like? Is he gonna be like where he gets the jetpack and the suit and starts flying around and killing shit, showing how he got those Jedi braids of the people he's killed? No, they're gonna show him as a kid. He's gonna be very sad. It just keeps going back to that. He goes, it's like and then the joke ends with him saying, just because you can see the beginning of something doesn't mean it's going to be good. Do you like Angelina Jolie? Does she give you a big boner? Well, here's John Voight's ball sack. Do you like ice cream? Ice cream's pretty good, huh? Here's a bag of rock salt. It's like, yeah, seeing the beginning of something isn't always the best.
Right.
Yeah. But, God, I want to ask how you guys think Episode 9 is going to end, but I shouldn't.
We gotta save it.
No, we can do an early speculation because we know so little now.
Fine.
It'll change. The speculation
Early
will change.
spec.
How do we think it'll end?
Yeah. I hope Rey dies.
With the rise
Ooh.
of Skywalker.
I'm actually kind of with you on that. I kind of hope,
You hope she
something
dies?
happens to Rey.
Yeah. I dislike her.
I just think it would make for a good way to end shit. Like, you already killed off everybody else. Fuck it.
So I think the problem with that, obviously it's Disney, but
Yeah.
what I wanted them to do I was hoping episode 8 would go a certain way to push it in this direction, which would be in episode 9, or at the end of 8 into episode 9, Rey and Kylo would have been switching positions, where I wanted Kylo to be coming back, but Rey getting pushed towards the dark side, so like they end up flipping around, and then she ends up dying
cool
at the end
too, yeah.
like or like sacrificing herself like at the very end, coming back around or something. But I think her ultimate sacrifice would have been good to bring Kylo, like to redeem Kylo Ren, but now I think they set him up too much as unredeemable. Unfortunately, his character is fantastic.
Yes,
very dynamic, and people call him emo and shit, but he has a lot of stuff going on in his background, which is really interesting. And unfortunately, I think they're going to make her his sister, like the lost child of Han and Leia. It's going to be fucking dumb and annoying. I'm still going to be fine with it because I'm sure they'll explain it in a perfectly fine way.
As long as it doesn't turn into just some stupid sappy soap opera in like Star Wars costumes, I'm still going to see it in theaters.
Star Wars though?
What's that?
Shush.
Isn't that Star Wars though?
Isn't that Star Wars though? Well,
I mean,
it's a space opera. Yeah.
It's kind of like self-aware at this point.
Right.
But no, like honestly, I think that's going to end because it's called Rise of Skywalker, right? Mm-hmm. So they could go two ways. Either they make Rey an actual Skywalker, Leia's daughter, which it seems kind of likely, and she'll, be like, "Oh, you're actually a Skywalker." Ghost Luke will tell her. Someone will tell her. Ghost Luke. She'll find out because he's coming back as the Force Ghost, whatever. And that'll end with her maybe carrying on with the new Jedi, or however they make it the new way, and maybe the new order is called Skywalkers. Whatever.
Oh, I never thought of that.
The other way that I see it going, sorry, I just want to finish it real quick.
No worries.
It's a two-part theory. The other way I see it going is she's actually a nobody and just the chosen one by the Force, to balance out the dark side that's been creeping up, which is my preference. This is how I want it to go. She continues her training, or figures it out in the time jump, and then she's obviously like communing with Ghost Luke, figuring stuff out. I think when she reaches like level of knighthood, maybe I think hopefully he bestows his Skywalker name on her. She becomes a proxy Skywalker, because she never had a last name. She's just Rey.
Yeah.
What if Luke adopts her into the family and says here, you need to take on the mantle? I would like it where she's not actually a Skywalker, but actually takes the name on. Right. And then, carries it on that way. And then they become Skywalkers instead of Jedi.
I could definitely see that. I think if they just randomly say, it's like, oh, by the way, you're actually a descendant of the Skywalkers, I think that would just be cheap.
It seems cheap.
That would just be... That's like when comic books go back in time to fix shit. It's a cop-out because you wrote yourself into a corner.
Endgame.
Like Endgame?
Yeah.
I like how Endgame was done, though.
I haven't actually seen it yet.
Dude.
Ooh, shit. Okay, never mind. Whoops.
Have you been spoiled for it already?
For the most part,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'd say
that
sorry if we
sucks.
fucked someone out there.
I'm still going to see it.
Definitely recommend seeing it.
I was more worried about going to see John Wick 3.
I hated John Wick 3.
You didn't like it?
I liked
Damn.
it.
Oh.
I loved Halle Berry's dogs in that movie.
Fine.
I love the dogs.
Sure.
What did you like about that movie? I never saw it. I'm just
Do you
curious.
really want me to go into it?
No, but it's just like the Reader's Digest. What really turned you off to it? I'm curious because I didn't see it.
It went nowhere. We learned nothing. It accomplished nothing.
Just an action movie.
Do you know how it ends?
No.
It's the dumbest ending of one of the dumbest
With a
endings
fourth
I've
movie
ever
coming
seen.
out is how it ends.
A fourth
that way,
movie,
just, sets it
fine,
up.
but it's so anticlimactic the way
Right.
it ends. Nothing gets resolved. No, you want me to tell you?
So it just,
nobody dies.
So it's kind of like just like a transition piece almost.
It's like
Yeah.
2 point. Yeah, it's like it's like a bridge.
Is it like
it's not
watching an
its
episode
own
of a
thing.
TV show?
It's
that kinda
kind of
why?
like a filler because they thought they had to put something in there.
Right.
But it does. I can definitely agree with that one. It's not nearly as good as the first or the second. I liked it because it's easy to please me with action movies
Yeah.
and shit.
Sometimes you just want to watch an action movie.
Yeah, and I really love the fact that Keanu Reeves, the training and he went through with that. And Halle Berry went through the same training at the Terran Tactical
I'm sure
Foundation.
it was still a good action movie.
Yes. Yeah.
It was fine. Oh, the action was top notch.
Yeah. And,
Like,
You just were disappointed with the story.
oh yeah.
I can
Sorry,
definitely
man.
understand that.
Thank you.
I
Fine movie. It just
won't ever knock a movie for having a bad story if it's got what I wanted out of it.
Right. Like if you still find enjoyment out of it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like the Ip Man movies. I love those movies because the action in it is fantastic. The story's okay, and it's kind of like a biopic blown out of proportion.
But it's definitely just it's an action movie.
yeah, and they're great.
I've seen the first one, but that's it.
It's definitely the best one.
But
Yeah.
you should see Endgame because it's one of the greatest movies.
I
that's ever
definitely
been
want
made.
to. I was gonna try and actually go see it the day that I went and saw John Wick 3, but Oshkosh had pulled it out of the theater already.
Oh damn!
Whoa.
Feels
Endgame?
Yep.
Really?
So I'm actually gonna
Oh.
try this coming up this week to go and see it because apparently Appleton still has it in the
Oh,
theater.
dude.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's so
It's
good.
got an August.
You like
10th
you like
release
the
date.
MCU stuff though? Like you're kind
Yeah.
of pretty much all caught up. Did you
Yeah.
see Spider-Man at all?
Not the newest one because I know that that's got spoilers.
Oh, yeah,
for
definitely, yeah,
Endgame
see
in it.
Endgame?
That's why I've been waiting.
Yeah, see Endgame as soon as possible,
It
so
ha-
you
yeah.
can see it.
It
new
happened
Spider-Man.
days after Endgame,
'Cause
or months or
Be a
whatever.
couple,
yeah.
like 8 months, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Something around there.
It's pretty like.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
If you like Spider-Man, it's fantastic.
Spider-Man's probably my number 2 as far as
Okay,
like
who's your
any
number 1 superhero?
Deadpool.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
I'm a giant Deadpool fan. I love the fact that he was never intended to be a superhero. He was always intended to be who he is.
Right.
He's a psychotic dude who cannot die.
That's why I dislike him.
See, that's why I like him,
Can't
because he
die.
wants to die. Like, he tries to die so bad. He goes into other genres of books. Like, he invades Mark Twain's books to try and find his own author, to kill his author so that way maybe he'll die.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, there's
I love the meta stuff they do with him, yeah.
It's awesome. Then, I mean, he's... I don't know. He seems more realistic than most other superheroes.
Just 'cause, like-
superheroes are way too goody-goody.
Yeah, I like the attitude he has towards
come
life and
on.
everything.
Yeah.
He's much more of an everyman.
I will say I completely disagree with olives on pizza. It's disgusting.
I don't like him that
Him and
much.
pineapple olive pizza. It's like no.
Nope.
Oh.
Sweet and salty.
Pineapple and olive pizza.
Yeah, it was in the first Deadpool movie.
Oh,
it was
was
like
it?
the first
Oh,
scene is he
yeah.
orders a pineapple olive movie to get into the dude's apartment, so that he can get the delivery boy. Then there's the dude that's like fucking bedazzled there, and it's just like, oh, you are the worst part of people.
Meta artwork is the best kind of artwork, says James Floyd.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think his art is good. Still waiting on my painting.
Oh, did you commission one?
I did.
Nice.
Gave him a little donation. Said he'd paint me something. I'm gonna hang it in here somewhere.
Nice.
I miss being able to paint. Since I moved to the apartment I'm at now, I don't have a garage to paint in, so
You need a garage?
I spray paint. I do like street
yeah,
style spray paint
probably-
art. So.
Yeah, you probably need a garage for that.
Yeah, can't do
Somewhere
it.
well ventilated.
It's just like all of a sudden, like every Thursday, there's this big thud. It's like, what's that? It's like I pass out because I'm doing art.
Like, I have a respirator that I wear, but I don't think my neighbors would appreciate it, like sharing all the ventilation in the building and everything.
Yeah, all of a sudden you just hear all
Right.
over the building. It's like, oh, my neighbors are passing out too. I should probably chill fuck out with this or get a fan or something. No, that's cool. Do you have any art around the city?
Not around the city.
Okay.
no
Wink.
tags.
Wink, yeah.
No, I'm not like a graffiti artist. I'm like if you YouTube like
Like the people who do it.
street artists, like
where-
galaxies and stuff like
yeah,
that.
people who do like the people
Yeah, it's-
suffer tourists whenever you go like the bigger
Yep.
cities and stuff.
Yeah, it's something that I saw videos of, and I got really intrigued.
it's
by
awesome.
because of the fact that it's so fast. And I found the reason why it's so fast is because you have to be fast at it. You can't let the shit dry.
Yeah, so you have to be able to manipulate it.
And it's cool because it's like stuff you look at, and if you do it well enough, it's like, oh, that had to take you forever to do. It's like, no, it took me like 3 minutes.
Yep, like the time of a song, like
Right.
So your band is called Dirty Heads, you said?
Deadbeats.
Deadbeat, sorry.
Yeah.
What the hell is the Dirty Heads? Did I make that up?
No, that's a real band.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's a big
isn't-
band.
Sorry.
Isn't that like a kind of like a ska reggae?
Yeah,
fusion
reggae
thing?
type thing.
Yeah.
Reggae rock.
Oh, I
Oh
read
yeah,
that.
they were just at the rave not that long ago, weren't they?
Yep.
Oh, whoops.
I'll bring them up.
Deadbeats. Yeah, I got that right. Okay.
Here, I'll bring them up.
Yeah. When did you guys start?
Oh God.
Are you guys still alive?
No, we are not. We're actually not a band anymore. I'm the reason we're not a band anymore. Actually, I ended up leaving the band. I had to leave because of work. We usually, pretty much everything did was on the weekends, and I got a job opportunity to work at a place making more money than I was, so I could afford bills and shit. Because bills and life and stupid shit. But I work weekends now. So
Yeah.
playing shows on weekends, practicing on weekends just doesn't work.
Sure. That sucks. But I mean, you gotta live real life.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. Yeah, there you go. Like, I loved it. It was fantastic. There were points and times of it that just
That's
sucked.
you guys?
Yep, that's us.
I did this album for them.
Did you really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he did all the recording and everything for us.
Well,
Yep. And it was in a room smaller than what the drum
Yeah,
kit
dude.
is in for all of the recordings.
little practice room.
Yeah. It was tiny. Like,
Oh, here they are. Boom.
yeah.
There.
So yeah, that's me, Don. Like, Don and I are cousins, and it actually...
Are you really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it actually started because I used to live with a buddy of mine, Zed Godlinski, and we had
I know Zed.
Yeah, we had a Halloween party, and we had Don and Brandon come over to play music in our basement, and I decided to play a few songs with them because I, at the time, played guitar as well. And just stupid drunk talking, and we ended up deciding we were going to form a band between the three of us, and then it went on for a little while, and we tried to find a bassist. We couldn't find anybody to fit the spot, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'll buy a cheap bass, I'll try it out. Ended up liking playing bass more than I did guitar. So
Oh, you were going to be a guitarist.
Yep, I was
Okay,
supposed
cool.
to be the rhythm guitarist for the first couple of months we were in it, but I was shit at guitar. I really was. I was horrible at it. Like, I can make excuses saying it's because, you know, I only have partial feeling because of carpal tunnel and shit.
Right.
My hands are all fucked up. I couldn't get the chord. No, I just sucked at it. That's all it was.
that's such a good thing to hear because I love when people just admit they suck. Like they own their suckage.
yeah.
I've noticed as I get older, a lot more people are doing that, and I really enjoy that.
Right. It's like, what's the
fuck, I
point of
just
making an
suck.
excuse? If somebody knows you suck at it and you try and make an excuse, you're just going to suck as a person to them in general then. It's like, hey, you're a shitty person. You make excuses for stuff. Own up to
Exactly.
your shit and just deal
I think
with
it's
it.
funnier to admit it. It's like, fuck, I
Right.
suck at this. Holy
Like,
shit.
there's a lot of stuff I am not good at.
God damn it. That's Jared.
nose game.
That's fucking Jared.
It's time for Scout. My snout.
That's Jared Sonnenfeld.
That's
I know that exact face. That's Jared Sonnenfeld right there.
Not correct at all.
No? Well. Also, I heard, really quick, I heard this story about Zed that I'm going to not tell too much, but he worked at Hot Topic a little bit before I did, or he did while I was for a little bit.
Okay.
And I heard this story about a guy, the Easter Bunny.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He is, I don't know, like most people know this about him. If you know him well enough, you know, he has a phobia of mascots.
Yep.
Specifically,
That is
specifically
a
the head.
Interestingly specific phobia. I like that.
It's, if they have the head off, he's totally fine. But
Okay.
it's the mask itself. He's got, like, it freaks him out for some reason. And I can understand it. Those things they're creepy. Like,
So
but
he's-
yeah,
He's not a fan of furries.
No. Yeah, it's like it worked out because like we would give each other shit all the time. We lived together. Like one year, our tree topper for Christmas decorations, we took the head off of a stuffed bunny rabbit, ripped it off, dipped the like neck area in fake like prop blood, put that on top of our tree.
Yeah.
Just kind of as a
Nice.
joke for it.
Now, does he freak out about that stuff, or is it just like...
If it's a
If it's sitting by itself, does it bother him? Like if it just sat in a corner?
I think it bothers him a little. It's not to the extent like I'm chlorophobic. I have a phobia of clowns.
Okay.
Like the It poster kind of bugs me a little bit. I just don't look at it.
Somebody cover that up for him, please.
Oh, you don't got to worry about it.
I can't reach.
Okay.
Yeah, like fucking clowns freak me the fuck out.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, dude.
Damn, I wish I would have known that. We would have taken that down for you.
No, you're good.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. I grew up, both of my older brothers were big Juggalos. They were ICP fans.
Okay.
So ICP, like, fucking shirts and shit all over the place. So I grew up being able to ignore it for the most part. But if somebody comes around the corner dressed up like a clown, I'm probably going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Because my
Fair,
immediately
fair.
thought is going to be, oh, fuck, I'm going to die.
Yeah, fair.
Have you seen the
That's how it
videos of the
goes.
people in clowns like costumes scaring the shit out of people?
Yeah, and I wish somebody would do that to
Yeah.
me because I would shoot you.
Some of them backfire where they fucking
Yeah.
their natural reaction is just bam, and then you're just on the floor.
Oh, what is it, like Jalals or whatever they are? Fucking, it's one of the channels that does that shit all the time, and they're on Facebook all the time. And it bugs the shit out of me because that's all they do is like they do stuff from like Saw and shit like that. But they come around the corner and freak people out and put them on fucking blast because they think it's hilarious. I'm waiting for the day that somebody straight up just has like a CC license. You come around the
yeah.
corner, they think they're gonna die, and they're gonna shoot you. Like,
See,
how
I've seen the videos where people get like guns pulled on them. They're like, "Whoa, man, bro,
Yeah.
it's a prank, bro."
like in that split second, that's all it takes.
say,
is
yeah,
to
like, they
feel
could-
like your
they could
life is
easily
getting
die.
threatened. Yeah,
Sure.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Fuck's sake.
Oh, I love that. That's such a. I love that saying.
I think Joe Rogan says that, doesn't he?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say.
I'm sure he has.
I was
yeah.
gonna say. I know that you're a big fan of his.
I am. He's my messiah.
Yeah. What was it, the Roundy's Rogan or whatever?
Faux Rogan, yeah. Roundy's Rogan. They call me Roundy's Rogan because I'm like the shit brand of him. Or I'm the Fondy Rogan.
You're like Joe Rogan back during the original Fear Factory era.
Because I have hair.
Because you're not beefed out and like
so
beating
good.
the shit out of
That's
people.
true. Oh, dude, what's great about him is like he rarely ever, he's so unviolent. But
Yeah,
there were some I've seen the video where the girl hits a guy on the show, but it's a chick, so it doesn't even hurt him, and he just laughs.
Right.
And then he goes, hey, you can't fucking do that. Like, it's a principle thing. And so his girlfriend starts walking towards, her boyfriend starts walking towards him, and Joe's just like, okay. He grabs his by the fucking neck and does like a certain hold so that if he does move, he can just cut and he's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that's a
Pretty awesome
thing,
video.
Like, a lot of people know that he does the shit like the commentary stuff for the MMA and everything now in the UFC. A lot of people don't know that he's been a competitive fighter for pretty much all of his life.
Yeah, he has a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like he
the
actually
dude has
knows how to do it.
Scary fucking kicks.
Yeah, he's known for his his wheel kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Or not wheel kicks. It's not a spinning back kick. I don't know what it's called, but he has a world record. No one's been able to beat it yet,
Right.
but he can do a world record kick he spins, but he doesn't come up.
Oh,
it's just
yeah, it's
straight.
like that mid-level, like straight to
Yes, into your
midsection.
gut. Yeah. And he did it on a pressure register, and no other MMA guy can come in and beat him. It's just that some people beat him for punching all the time, but it's his kicks are the ones that there's videos of him doing it when he was like 10 or 11 where he knocks that kid out when he's in a tournament, and it was just in a fucking gym. They're like, and go, and fucking takes a little step and just sees an opening, hits him, and kid's just on the ground, his legs are shaking.
Speaking of knockouts, did you guys see or hear about, it was I think it was just the UFC fights that were recently the fastest knockout in UFC history.
I saw the reaction of the
it was
announcers.
like 3 or 5 seconds long, and the dude just knocks him out cold.
Was it a flying knee?
I believe it was, yeah. Because he...
Jesus.
Remember what fight it was?
Just type in UFC's fastest knockout. You'll get it. Because it is the world record right now.
Or recent, yeah.
But yeah, like the two guys, one dude was talking smack like...
That was one day ago.
Horribly.
Let's check this out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
so
that's...
the
I
shit
believe
talker.
that's it.
Oh, he's airborne. Holy hell.
That was like 2 seconds after the round
Ben Askren?
started. Yeah, because dude was talking so much shit, he pissed the other guy off so bad that he studied him and found out, well, he always goes for the legs. It's like a compulsion for him. It's like if he sees an opening, he's going to go for the legs. So he baits him into it, and knowing what's going to happen is he ran in and like full sprint, jumping knees the dude right in the face.
Oh my god. Yeah, Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren. I hear every one of these names all the time.
Yeah.
I know probably every UFC name, past and present, but I don't know what they look like or anything, just because of all the fucking Rogan I listen to.
Right, like you know the name, but you just can't quite put it. Yep.
Oh, and I don't know their records. I don't know anything about them.
Right, yeah, like
He's this
you would-
handsome son of a bitch.
I gotta wait for this fucking commercial to finish.
Jesus. Oh, Andy's got a family. He's in everything.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Gee,
I gotta pick up some deodorant. Jesus. Dude, I used to. Okay, so I was a kid once, and I
would hope
used to
so.
think that. So like I was like 14, 15, not even a kid. This is really stupid to admit, but I'm gonna admit this on live fucking air. That like, you know, I've always been kind of self-conscious about how I look, but I've never been able to do anything. I'll be too lazy to do something about it. I'm like,
Right.
man, I'll stop eating shit for a while. I'll lose a little bit of water weight and be like, man, I look great. And then I'll go back to doing whatever. But I used to think that if I bought, you know, in the packs of like Fruit of the Loom underwear, there's some fucking cut dude with like a great package just fucking sitting there. He's got his hands on his hips. And they show from like the neck to about the knees.
Yeah.
And the guy's wearing his fucking boxer briefs, and he's got like the shredded abs, the great pecs, and it's like, yeah, he looks like he's got a big dick and a great everything. It's like, I want those, and I thought because buying those would make me look like that. I was like, I was like 15, 16 years old. You notice I increased the age on that. So I'll just be like, I still think that. And sometimes I'll buy them, like, why isn't this working?
I mean, if that
defective.
works, I'm gonna start buying them.
Let's watch this fucking knockout here.
Yeah, dude. This like when I first heard about this, I scoured YouTube.
If I make
to
this
find
full
it.
screen, does it go full screen for you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like it was filmed in the 90s, but go ahead.
God.
Well, I'm not. All right. Oh God, he's already on the run.
He's ready to go.
Oh my
All right,
God.
Play.
It look.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on.
he's asleep.
Just
Hold on. I'm gonna start.
watch his legs
There we
when
go.
he's
Yeah.
knocked out already,
All right.
and he's done. That was the
And then
entire match.
So the first punch when he was down didn't hit him, but did you see the second one? And I don't think that was a punch. That looked like a hammer fist.
Yeah.
Where you come down with that.
Yeah,
Hammer
people were
fist.
giving him so much shit about that too, but that's what UFC fighters are trained to do.
Clean
yeah.
hit.
It's like until they're told it's done, until they're pushed off
Yeah.
by that ref, you keep hitting.
Yeah, it's
and
well,
that's
it's
what they're trained for.
Yes, it's the football rule. Is you
Yeah.
go until the whistle.
Yeah, exactly. And like people were trying to
Yeah.
give him so much hit. It's like, oh, he was obviously already out. It's like it doesn't matter
No,
at
it
that point.
doesn't. He's fine.
Yeah. And
What-
the dude honestly deserved it for the shit that he was talking. Like he was brutal with it. Like he was not nice to him.
Well, some of those, it's all mental. Like
Yeah.
the mentality and the
It
trash
just-
talking is definitely a factor of
It
it.
just backfired for him. Instead of like getting under the dude's skin
Yeah.
to piss him off so he would have an in for it where he would mess up, it went the complete other way.
I noticed when you said he would go for the legs, and when he came in, he had his paws up, but then you see
Yep.
he started going downwards towards the legs, and it just happened. He kissed his knee.
Yep.
And then he started falling asleep.
And if it
And then he just started snoozing on the ground, and the dude tried to wake him up.
His
but
nap
he was-
time.
yeah, right. It's like, oh, you gotta wake up.
Wake up.
Yeah, it was
That guy in the stripes had to pull him away.
Yeah, if you can find clips of it where it starts earlier, you can see that. God, I wish I knew which one was which. I honestly don't know who was who in it. But the dude had his hands close to behind his back to create that opening, and like he was baiting him into it the entire time. Like he was standing open, and he was kind of like just egging him on and shit. And then the moment the bell rang, he started running in because he knew exactly what was going to happen. And it's like, even if it didn't happen, he was still going to connect with him. He probably would have hit him in the chest, or dude would have sidestepped, but it wouldn't have been the end of the round for him, I don't think. But it worked out exactly how he planned it. Mm-hmm. And it looks like such a brutal knockout too. Like, because when you see him, there's longer versions of the clip where you actually see him get rolled over by the ref, and like the EMTs come in. His leg, one of his legs, is just stiff, rigid in the air, like someone's holding it the entire time. Like they roll him over,
mortis.
and his leg is just boop.
Rigor mortis. Careful with that.
Yeah,
salute
I
there.
just realized that.
I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody. Oh, that's fine.
Can't point.
Oh,
with
he's
five
doing it
fingers.
again.
This is fine.
Well, I started pointing with just 4 for some reason. Yeah, he laughs at this. When I get upset or passionate about something, I start gesturing with my hands.
That's
But
fair.
I've started hooking one of my fingers back. I don't know why. I call it the hook. And I'll start
safety precaution.
telling you, I'm like, you need to fucking get a better job, and you need to fucking work your ass off. This is America. And it's like, whoa. It's like, I don't know what this means. It doesn't mean anything.
I've
It's
seen
just-
people do it where like they
Oh.
use 2 fingers and stuff. I've never seen it
Yeah.
where somebody like it looks like you're trying to do the
one.
shadow puppet thing.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with that. It's kind of one of my psychotic little tics that I have. Like,
Yeah,
I won't even realize it's happening. Like,
Right.
I was last couple weekends. We'd go out and get hammered a little bit, and then I'd be telling him something, and I'd start doing it, and he'd start laughing, he'd start doing it at me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing it. That's right. My bad. But I was gonna ask, did you watch the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather? I know that's not his most recent one, but
yeah, I was actually working during that, but I had all of the highlights up. I was rooting for McGregor to win, and I think if it wouldn't have been boxing, because I mean everybody knew that going into it being a boxing match, it was going to be a stamina match. It's what it was going to be, and UFC fighters don't have the same stamina as boxers do because they don't go 12 rounds.
yeah,
It's
5 max.
Yeah, it's just kind of how it was. The logistics of it was not in Conor McGregor's favor. It was, from what I had seen and what I've been able to like find and stuff, it looked like a pretty decent fight. I was definitely rooting for McGregor to win, but it just happened to be not.
Did you see that part And I think he did it a few times. It was mostly in the beginning where McGregor put his arms behind his back and just did this. It's like, come on. And Floyd never gave it a second thought, but there was a little bit where he just went,
Right.
like, just nope, not doing it. Because he's done that in past fights, and he's so fast.
Yeah.
Like, well, most of those guys are, but McGregor's so fucking fast.
Yeah, he's
to
fucking
catch
lightning,
you. And, he does it on purpose, and he knows he's the best or was or whatever. And he's got how much? He's got $300 million in the bank. Fuck him. He doesn't need to fight anymore.
Right.
Yeah, he can be a fucking cocky bastard. That's part of his thing, part of his persona.
He reminds me of the enemy that you fight many times during the new God of War remake.
The Stranger? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to reveal too much from a 1-year-old game. It's fucking Baldur. Sorry.
Speaking of Baldur, is anybody excited for the new Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking stoked.
I'm going to
about that.
try it. I know about it. I've never played the original, but I'm going to.
I grew up on the original.
Okay.
Like, I grew up, I can't read for shit. I'm a horrible person when reading. I can't fucking, remember shit when I read it. I'll read a page, 3 or 4 times in a row, and then I might get it. But there was always one book series by an author, R.A. Salvatore. It was all about Dritz Duerden. I'm a giant nerd. This dude's a dark elf, leaves home, a whole bunch of shit, but it's an awesome book series. And the Baldur's Gate games always had Easter eggs towards Dritz Duerden in the story, because it was made by the same company published it, The Forgotten Realms. And it was just, because of that got me hooked on it. And then because of things like growing up playing D&D, that got me even more hooked on it. And it was just, for me, that was just an awesome thing to grow up on. It was that and Zelda.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, a Zelda fan.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm going to probably buy a Switch just so I can play Link's Awakening, but I'm going to obviously play Breath of the Wild, because I still haven't.
I played it, but unfortunately I don't have a Switch any longer, so I got rid of the game as well.
Oh, why?
Just money reasons.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
At some point, I hope to get another one. I plan on getting another
That Switch
Otherwise-
Lite.
Did you see they announced that yesterday? Or the
I
day before?
have not.
Yeah, so Switch Lite's just going to be basically portable only. Like you don't hook it up to your TV at all. It's just the joysticks don't come off the side or anything. It's
See,
just
I would
It's like a big
I would
PSP.
rather have it the
just
other
a big
way.
DS. Yeah. You'd rather just have it be a home console.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of handheld gaming. I've never been a big fan of it. Don't get me wrong, Tetris and shit on old Game Boys and whatnot. They have their place and whatnot. Maybe it's because my brothers always had the Game Boy when I was growing up, and I was always just the guy who watched it, but I never got into it.
I want to play the Switch. If I'm on the go, I don't want to be playing video games. I want to be in the world and experiencing the earth around me. If I'm at home though, sign me up. I want the Switch on my TV.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to experience the full breadth of it, the full breadth of the wild.
I have a 4K TV at home. If I have
Me
a
too.
gaming console, I'm gonna hook it up to my fucking TV.
Yeah, what's the handheld display at even?
I was gonna say,
720?
I think it's 720, and then when it goes to the TV, does it bump up to 1080? Or does it stay
I think
at
it goes up,
720?
but not at 1080. I don't think it is 1080. Is it really?
I think it does, yeah, because it outputs to a higher rate than the screen does.
Yes, I know that. Yeah.
That was kind of like a cost cutting factor, I think, for Nintendo. It's that small at 720, you're not really going to be able to tell too much. Plus the fact that they had to make it touchscreen and they had to make it so it wouldn't scratch as much as people would, expect it to. Which for them, it saved Nintendo. So.
Do you think? I don't think it was going down. I don't think the ship was.
Well,
I think it was
Nintendo
taking
was,
on water,
bailed
but
out
maybe.
by Mark
was it
Zuckerberg
really?
way back in the day, wasn't it?
Really?
Because the Wii and then the Wii U just tanked. They were
I know
bad.
I know the U tanked. I didn't even
Yeah.
think the Wii. I thought the Wii was groundbreaking.
Their handhelds kind of saved them and kept them afloat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't say they were sinking, but I do agree they were taking on.
Yeah.
I'd say they're taking on water. And they were just sitting there with buckets, throwing it back in the ocean.
They paved the way for a lot of shit coming out. And the Switch is if you look at it going from the Wii U to the Switch, kind of you can see the progress change there. Especially with the Wii U to the Switch, the Wii U had that weird gamepad thing that it has, and the Switch just kind of took that and took the good elements of it and transitioned it back over to being a portable and at-home device. And it was really cool the way that they did the Switch, and it's fantastic.
The
Fantastic
whole
system.
Switch thing was this so smart, being able to have the joysticks come off and be their own individual
Yeah.
controllers for like 2-player stuff. Like
It was
so smart.
It was so scary when it first released, though, how many people were having issues with the Joy-Cons.
Oh,
I saw those.
Yeah, people putting them on
Yep.
backwards.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing that was so simple.
Nate's like, I did that.
On accident.
And it was one of those things too. It was such a simple fix for them, but it was one of those things like they marketed. You basically make your controller useless. You can't really get it off of there without breaking parts of the controller off.
I think we've. Oh, sorry. We're still
Never
going. I saw a guy who was like having all kinds of troubles to the point where when he would put his in the dock, the sliding dock, it would scratch the screen.
Yep, that was another big thing too. Is like when they first came out, like they were having
What
a lot
the
of issues
hell?
with the screens getting scratched.
That doesn't have any more, does it? Or
Not as far
does
as I
it?
know.
Okay, 'cause I'm gonna
think they
get-
might have changed something with the way the screen protector on it is.
Because I'm gonna probably get one in September, and I would very much like to not have any
I'll just say
horrible problems.
if you're really worried about it, they make like actual full screen protectors for it because it is also a portable device and a touch screen, which it's not a bad idea to have on there because I mean if you ever go to throw it in a pack or something or if you put it on a table, shit happens.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a cell phone.
There's a buddy of mine when Octopath came out. I think it was Octopath.
Oh, Octopath Traveler?
He played that every day at work.
I was like when
During breaks.
when the Switch first came out, I was actually working at Target in the electronics department.
Really?
Yeah, and I got to
was
talk
seeing
to like our Nintendo rep and stuff, and he was the one who actually told me about Octopath Traveler. So I watched the entire announcement and everything for it for the first like little teaser part to come out. I was so excited for that game, and I was so pissed when I got rid of my Switch that I haven't had a chance to be able to play it yet. Oh man, because it's like it takes me back to like old school Final Fantasy and everything, and it's like that's the type of stuff I grew up with, like watching my brothers play it. Because I didn't get to play. I was the youngest out of 3 kids. I didn't get to play. I got to watch people play. So.
Do you still does part of you like doing that still? Like
Yeah,
just the watching because
Yeah.
you're so conditioned from
Oh
that
yeah,
from
definitely.
early childhood.
Like it's how I spend a lot of my days off. Like even if it's just background noise while I'm doing
Like
something else.
watching
I'll
Twitch or
have-
something.
Yeah, like Twitch or people on YouTube. Like I watch a lot of. There's pretty much the same like 3 or 4 guys that I watch. Like Terrorizer, Dahi, Denogla,
Vanos
Wrecker,
Gaming.
and yeah, like most of the Vanos Gaming crew.
Somebody subscribed to the YouTube the other day. I'm gonna bring up their name because I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I got a notification that said someone subscribed to me. Sick and Twisted Gaming. Who is that?
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say. I thought I knew who it was, and you have a lot of sniper videos.
Yeah, I had started uploading videos for that because like I had free time and I had
That's
shit to do. And
6 months ago.
yeah, and then I started working a lot of overtime at work, and then I started going to school for work, and it just kind of all fell off of it.
Sure.
Like I have a whole setup in my room. Like I got my mic and everything set up. I've got all my recording shit for it, and I don't touch it anymore.
Oh.
I want to get back into it, but I want to like get a newer title to get into it, which makes me need to get a better graphics card. And it's one of those things that's kind of got to wait. I'm putting more time and money into my car right now than I am most other things.
Fair enough. It's the thing you brought up earlier, the couch. I mean, I'm not saying the couch is in your way. I'm just saying, like, there's so many things that I would like to do also, and I'm a pretty active person. Like, I'm doing something every day that doesn't involve sitting in my house.
Right.
But I think that the biggest obstruction, though, is, like, I don't have to get up right now. I don't want to get up. The fuck is this? I'm not getting up. But yeah, hopefully the lady that I'm seeing is gonna drag me off.
Right. Be that extra little kick in the ass. To
like
get
she doesn't need to motivate me, but just having her around would be like, okay, well, I'm gonna get up and like see what she's doing.
Right. It's
Drive
something that
to
adds on to
Appleton
your
or something.
own motivation.
Yeah. And then also, I mean, I don't want bigger boobs than her, so I'm gonna probably have to start like walking around a little more.
That's fair. I feel that.
So
I understand.
there's another comedian that said, fuck, what's his name? I can't think of it. He's a very good clean comedian, and not Brian Regan, but he says he got a personal trainer, and he's like, "You want abs by your birthday?" He goes, "No, I just want to not be able to see my nipples through my shirt." Like, he has
Dude,
another
that's
one
your
where
fucking life goal.
he like life goals for like our parents or maybe like Gen X people were like, I want to be like a CEO, and then
Right.
here's us like, I want to not have bigger boobs than my girl.
Right. It's like I don't need under boob sweat. Like,
Yeah.
that can go away.
He had another one
hard pass.
where he said it was he was watching this the P90X videos, and he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into that, you know, do what the Navy SEALs do. He's like, I haven't worked out a day in my life. I'm gonna try to do that, dude. At one time I tried the insanity workout, and I almost threw up.
I remember that.
I
yeah.
tried doing it. Insanity's for people who are already like in an insanely good shape.
It was the workout for people who have like plateaued at their normal workouts. And it's like, hey, I want to go from being ripped to, oh my god, I'm fucking ripped.
Yeah, it is. It's like you're like, are you? What's a good body fat but not crazy? 15%?
No, it's like 5.
I was gonna say
No.
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
like
it's lower than that.
like what's an average? Not the average body fat because that's gonna be too high. But it's like, okay, like let's say you go to the gym 5 times a week. That's a decent amount. You're going to the gym 5 times a week, and you can't seem to move on based on just your own amateur expertise. So let's go, because what insanity is basically you're gonna do a full workout, but you're also gonna run like 4 miles while you do it. That's what it is. The first day I almost puked, and I'm like, "Fuck this." I was 19 also. I was already in like not horrible shape.
Right.
But the comedian says he says another thing where he goes, I was looking at the before and after pictures, and I was blown away by the before picture. He's like, "Can I just get to there?"
Right. Can I just steal your before? Can we just Photoshop my face on that, but in real life?
He's like, "I just want to do something to like get to that."
Right. Just get a hold of the guys at CRISPR. They'll work it out for you.
Jesus. Can you manipulate my thyroid?
Well, a lot of that is too. It's like not everybody can get bodies like that. A lot of it is genetics.
Right. I mean,
At least without like an obscene amount of work.
Right. Yeah.
Some like because
yeah,
the
some
body
people
type
are
will
gonna
do it.
have to. What about that guy who's like doing up downs without any arms or legs? That's fucking embarrassing.
What?
There's a video like this guy doing box jumps with no legs, and he's just doing with his arms, and his vertical leap is like you can get on this table. It's just his arms by like pushing off the ground, and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting on my underwear. You know,
Right.
looking down at myself, I'm like, "Fuck this guy." He probably gets money from the government. I don't know, he's doing a real job. Let's play Scout the Scout.
Like,
Yours no.
That's Jared Sonnenfeld.
not to pull anything away from people like that, but shit, you got extra motivation to prove people wrong when you're like that. Like, come on. It's like, you can't do this. It's like, fuck you, I can't. Holy shit, I ain't got no legs.
How are we putting down a guy with no legs? No wonder there's no one
right.
watching.
Who is this schnoz? Yeah, I know it's weird. Normally we have a lot more people.
I think it's just super nice out. I expected
Yeah.
less viewers on
That's fair.
a
It's a
fucking
nice day.
in the summer.
Yeah.
It's a business.
That's fair. You got boring ass people like me on here, anyways.
no.
I'm having a good time. I've had worse.
Let's say this is a great
True.
episode.
Wink. What the hell is this?
Oh, that looks like the dude from Supernatural.
I'll tell you this is a female nose.
Well, shit, I am way
That's
off
our
that.
it does look like Jared.
What was it, Jared Padalecki? Is his
It
name
kind
or
of
something?
looks like him.
It's
Jensen
Jared
Ackles.
Sonnenfeld's sister. He's got a sister.
Incorrect. Remember, I do celebrities. Huh?
You did me one time.
I did do you one time, huh? Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was on here
His-
once.
His beard was fantastic in that movie.
yes, it was.
His body was
The
fantastic. in
CGI
that movie.
six pack.
Yeah.
I think that was real.
No, the CGI.
Are you sure? Because I saw like the
Or they,
cut
like-
where it's blue screen, and they all had, unless it was
Like they're
airbrush.
makeup-
all
it's makeup
ripped
as well.
for that movie, yeah, but
Yeah.
they definitely enhanced all
They
of
were
it.
made. They actually had like makeup
Well,
put on.
yeah.
And stuff like
Zack Snyder sent them to like a Marine boot camp for like 3 months too.
Jesus.
Well, they did like a very specific workout just for it. Like it was designed for that movie to
You
get
have to
the
get
cut they wanted.
yeah, you have to get huge and then also cut. Like
Yeah,
it's
they
the
had
worst
to build
of both worlds.
so much muscle mass
Yeah.
and be like so toned at the same time. It's just, it was nuts.
Apparently, it's very unhealthy too.
Oh yeah,
To be that big and toned, like
I couldn't think
Yeah.
it is because like you need some type of fat on your
yeah,
body.
you're malnourished.
Yeah.
That's just my excuse.
Who's?
Jesus. It's a female. Sigourney Weaver. No, she's not old enough.
See, I'm so bad with names of like famous people. Shit. Who was the one that played the ancient one in that Doctor Strange movie?
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah. Is that her?
Is that gonna be the guess?
Sure.
I'm gonna say
That's a decent guess.
I'm gonna say the woman who posed like Randy Orton at the World Cup. I don't know her name, but
that soccer player.
The one that if she got invited to the White House, she wouldn't go.
Was it the one with the purple hair?
yes,
Yeah.
the weird hair, the amazing soccer player that was not the one that was twerking. See that video?
Yeah.
I have not. I'll have to find that.
She just
I'll bring it up.
twerked during or after. I mean, they
In
just
the
won the
locker room,
fucking
yeah.
World Cup.
Yeah,
Your biggest stage, and you just won. It's like, yeah, you can twerk a little bit.
I
but
mean,
it
in
wasn't-
all fairness, there have been like famous male soccer players that have been caught pissing on the field.
Really?
Yeah,
I know that.
Like they'll just fucking take one of their shorts and just pop it open and just start taking a piss right there.
Sketch, bro.
Dude, it's like
where there's like 100 million people just watching.
yeah, and they just hope people are preoccupied with the people actually playing on the field. Like they'll be on the sidelines and
Oh,
they'll just fucking take a
sideline
piss
shit,
right
okay,
there.
yeah,
Can you imagine if a chick did that? Just like kind of lifted up one little leg and just went sprayed all
I think
over
that'd be a
herself.
little more obvious.
Yeah.
All right, here's our.
Yeah,
here's
let's
our-
see the answer.
Our actuality. We were talking about a reference to this person before. Not a reference to this person, but we.
Damn it! It's
a
Millie.
roundabout-
It's Millie Bobby Brown, isn't it?
No. It is, in fact. Boom.
Oh my
Natalie
God.
Portman.
Padme.
Padme.
Panamame.
Padme.
Jesus.
Star mom.
She's smart as shit too. I heard she got like a couple of degrees from Harvard or some shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Can I just say she looks horrible in that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is a horrible picture.
How old is she? Not in that picture, but just in general. How old is she?
Let's find out.
She looks horrible. It's the shoulder pads.
It's the facial expression.
And the smile is weird.
Yeah, it's just like.
Kevin Smith. Oh no, it's Carl Urban. What the hell? I suck.
Dude,
What?
Carl Urban's in everything.
Carl Urban's awesome. Do you know why?
I
'Cause
do
he doesn't
like-
give a fuck about if his face gets seen.
I do like him.
Right.
When he was
he's
in,
everything, and I like that though.
when he was
'Cause he's
in
good
Dredd.
everything.
Yeah,
They were-
I liked the remake of that. Like, I
Did you?
really liked the original, but I liked
She's
the remake of
37.
it too. She's only 37?
Or 38, sorry.
Right?
It doesn't look bad.
No.
Could look worse. Looks
Yeah.
pretty bad in that fucking picture, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I chalk it up to the expression of whatever the hell was going on in that scene for that picture, but it was, yeah,
It was like
not
it was definitely a
flattering-
forced smile.
Yeah, it was not a flattering picture of her at all.
She was on the show Hot Ones, and
I love that show.
I do too. They just had
If you guys ever wanted to do like a spicy episode for a show, I would be down to come back for
Yeah,
that.
you totally can. I'm not.
Caleb,
Pussy when it comes
you
to
and
I
me.
spicy
don't like spicy stuff either.
What the fuck?
I know. I know.
I love spicy foods. Working in kitchens for as long as I did, we used to fuck with each other all the
dude,
time
I
with that.
fucking bet.
There's a video called there's a channel on YouTube called Angry Old Head, and it's just like a black guy in his 50s, and he does like the world's hottest chocolate bar, and he's like, fucking shit, fucking pussies, and he just, and then it always backfires on him. I'm sure
Right.
some of it's like, I'm like, is he faking this?
Like,
But then like he's just snot and tears everywhere. I'm like, I don't think he's faking it.
I think that's one of the things I like about Hot Ones so much is it doesn't look like anybody's faking anything on that show, unless they're trying to be more macho than they are.
True.
Like
What-
it doesn't seem like anybody's blowing the actual heat out of proportion for it. Like except for
Yeah.
like when some of the comedians go on there, but that's just their personality. They're just being funny.
One of my favorite comedians, Theo Vaughn, went on there and he made it to like the seventh wing. He says, well, something just got up and bit me. Like, yeah, that's that fucking hitter, boy. Like he sweats a little bit at the end, and then when they cut the camera and they show like a little bit, he's like, can I just go? Do you see the one with Martin Garrix where he was like laying in the bathroom throwing up?
No, I haven't seen all. I've
That's a
seen a
tough
bunch
one
of
to
them, but not all
watch.
of them. Who was the
he's
guy on there that
bad. He looks
shit
terrible.
himself? It was the guy from The Hangover. He's like actually a doctor in real
Oh my
life. He's
God.
that-
Oh
that
yeah,
Asian
Ken
dude.
Jeong.
That's
Oh.
yeah. He leaned to let out a little fart, and he's like, "Oh, I just shit myself." And they think it's a joke. He's like, "No, I just shit myself."
Can you Google image Martin Garrix Hot Ones? Safe search on, please. Yeah, he's young as shit.
Wait, why would you need a safe search for that?
Because Hot Ones.
Oh,
Look at his fucking like.
Oh shit!
Yeah, as you say, there's like a before and after. He looks
He's so
like
sweaty.
he's been awake for 3 days. Go up to that one where it's got the orange bar down the center.
All right, 1 second.
Oh
This one right
yeah,
here?
that.
Yeah. So that's what you can see. That's when he first sat down. Look at his hair. Now just look how nice and crisp his hair is. Go to this. Look how bad it is on the right. He's just
He's
dying.
not having a good time.
He looks like that someone just told him the answer.
I love watching that show just because I like to watch like the people's reactions to it and to watch for how many times they touch their own face.
Oh, with the hot sauce on their hands?
That's the worst thing you can ever do.
Like they put on their eyes.
Yep,
and
or
shit.
like they rub their eyes, their nose. Your nose is one of the worst ones, like obviously other than your eyes. So if you brush your nose, that starts getting into your sinuses, which causes everything else to keep flowing more and more. It's horrible. I'm surprised nobody's gone on that show and asked to wear gloves.
Oh, yeah, like just like
That's-
there's some like
yeah,
latex
latex
gloves.
You never think of that. They give you any kind of drink you want
Yeah,
to.
you can have whatever you want for a drink,
Knoxville
but-
had beers.
Yeah.
It says they blurred it out. Yeah.
And then there's DJ Khaled, who only got through like 3 wings. And then he
Fuck.
started preaching about how anybody can achieve anything they want, and he's trying to do these heartfelt messages that his wings are still just sitting there, that he's a quitter. And he's trying to say, like, yeah, I've never backed down from a challenge, and I've succeeded in everything I've ever done in my life.
Fuck. I want to see that one.
And then Post Malone had boneless wings.
Hey, I don't.
That's how that'd be me though.
I was gonna say I don't knock him for that though. Like,
I love boneless wings. So
right?
yes, line them up.
Yep.
Dude.
People get the vegan ones.
Oh,
Yeah, the sponge. That's what Natalie Portman got. They were like really spongy. Because the host eats whatever the guest
Yeah.
eats.
Yeah.
But the Post Malone one's really funny. Do you know why he had boneless? He goes, and yeah, I've said this on another episode. He goes, because I have delicate hands. I don't fuck with bones, man. I'm like, I can't be doing that. And he says it just like that. He's like, I can't be fucking with bones. I have little hands. Like, and he's like doing this too. He's like, I can't be doing that.
Like, I mean,
Such
I'm
a
not.
funny guy.
I'm not a big fan of like most new rap and stuff like mumble rap and shit like that. But for some reason, I've liked Post Malone, and I think a big part of that is him as an actual musician. Like outside of the music he actually puts on stage and everything, but just as like a guitarist and a lyricist. He is surprisingly good.
Yeah, and like when he plays live shows, he does these awesome covers of like grunge songs and stuff.
And like he's huge into old school country.
Yep.
Like he's got how many different old school country dudes' faces tattooed on him?
Yep. He's all about that old school.
Yeah.
Because he's from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never would think that looking at him.
No, hold on. Like I'm a
gotta-
fan of tattoos and shit, but I wouldn't get my face tattooed like him.
Right, yeah, like in
Like,
the
I don't-
chat, we
yeah.
got Brett Kirshner's episode for Hot Ones.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Dude,
Bert Kreischer. I almost saw him.
Oh, Kreischer, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Machine.
I almost fucking went and saw him. I'm so
what was
sad that
it?
I did.
He
I was
has
supposed to see
a-
him with my married buddy, and he backed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough to go with my married buddy to see shit, what the hell is his name now? Brad Williams.
Oh, the midget?
Oh, dude, so fucking fun. The
Yeah.
closest I've ever come to like actually crying, laughing.
Crying,
in a
laughing.
long time.
Yeah, I was supposed to see him in March also. Yeah.
he was
I
hilarious.
like Brad Williams. Did you see he's got a little Netflix special? There's like 8 comedians that went back to back to back to back and released a bunch of specials. And
Yeah.
I don't think Bert was on there. No, Bert's past that. Bert just released Secret Time. I don't know if you follow Bert at all.
I kind of do.
Secret
like,
Time was great.
I like stand-up comedy, and the shit's funny. I'm just kind of selective of it, because, like, I think you guys had actually talked about it on older, like, the show with Robotka. It was like, shit was funnier when you were younger. Now it's like, that was okay.
What movie?
Yeah, like
did I
sometimes it doesn't age as
rewatch?
well as it, you know.
Yeah, it's like,
I just rewatched. It's not comedy, but I just rewatched Indian in the Cupboard, and
Oh, okay,
I thought back then I'm like, okay, that magic exists. This is real. How could they not make it unless it was real? Or there's a tiny Indian man running around somewhere in the world. They
Right.
got like an actor to play him who's actually
Yeah.
tiny. I'm like, oh, it aged horribly.
I say now you watch it and it's like, wow, that's
It's
a
like,
giant green screen.
holy shit, that looks bad. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would be the same if you go and watch any of the movies Howie Mandel was ever in.
Howie Mandel?
Yes.
I forgot about him.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I can only imagine his movies. Like, while they were good movies, I liked his movies, but I can't imagine any of them held up.
What's he in?
what was it, like Little Monsters or some shit? Wasn't that one of them? God, I don't.
Little Big Giants or whatever.
Some weird shit.
That football movie. I remember going into Pick and Save.
I don't know if he was in there.
And do you remember when you could rent movies at Pick and Save? Do you remember that?
I'm actually not a native to Fond du Lac.
Oh, okay.
No,
I used to rent Super Nintendo games.
Oh my god.
From fucking Pick and Save.
Yeah.
We had where I grew up in Campbellsport, we had a tiny little video shop that everybody would go to. And it was funny as fuck because like we would go in there, and the kid who would always work the counter, he was it was so fucking weird and out of place. He was the one Asian dude in the entire fucking little village, and he was adopted. Like his parents were white as shit.
Yeah.
But he would get so pissed at me and my brothers when we would go in there.
What?
Because we would have rented every game that was on the wall, and we would sit and we would go through and we would try and find a new one, and when they didn't have new ones, we would give them shit. Like, we were assholes. We were horrible fucking people. We'd go around and we'd start, like, fucking around with movies, like, putting things out of place and shit, and...
Like,
But there was just one day he just stopped giving a shit and he just started ragging on us back, and it was the coolest
all
fucking
right,
thing.
we're gonna fuck. Yeah, he just snapped.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? Fuck you guys. It's like, that's the coolest fucking thing ever.
That's all. You got someone to say fuck you when you were like 8 or 9. There was yeah. Could you imagine? Like, I remember we got the wrong VHS once. I was trying to watch Tom and Jerry, and I ended up watching like some really adult. It wasn't porn, but it was like.
I was gonna say, we had that happen with porn once.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like the place we would go to, there was like a booklet you could go through.
Uh-huh.
They didn't have a room. They would have to go back to their own room themselves to grab it. You just got like a
Okay.
title that you could look through. But
Interesting.
I don't remember what movie we had rented, but we get home, we go to watch it, and it's literally a VHS of porn. It's just like, that's...
It's like you're about to watch Land Before Time, and all of a sudden Debbie Does Dallas comes on.
Man.
God. I found out what major movie that Howie Mandel was in.
Yeah?
So you know he's primarily a voice actor, was how he got famous.
Yeah.
What movie did he get famous for in the voice acting?
Oh, shit.
Fucking Gremlins. He was Gizmo.
Yeah.
Huh.
I never knew that. That just blew my mind right now.
So let's
Oh,
make a
the,
deal with a fucking gremlin.
Well, there was the guy from Police Academy. He does all the sound effect noises.
Michael
Yeah.
Winslow.
Yeah, he was the voices for all of the evil gremlins.
That's awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he walked in, made a weird growling noise, they gave him a check.
He came to Appleton a couple
Did he
years
really?
back and he went on stage for like an hour, just did sounds and left.
Dude, I would love to see him
Standing
do
ovation.
the Led Zeppelin shit he does.
What?
What?
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Dude, look him up. He does, like, I don't know what song it is. I can't remember
Winslow
the name
does
of it.
this?
Yeah. And I think it's like a really old
Michael
video or
Winslow,
something,
Led
but
Zeppelin.
he covers Led Zeppelin with his voice.
Oh, gee.
It's so cool.
It reminds me of the band Van Canto. They're an a cappella band that has a drum set, and they cover like metal songs. So
That would
they
be
cover like
fucking
Metallica
cool.
and a whole bunch of other stuff like that, and they do all the instruments with their voices except for the drums.
Oh, dude, that's
So all the
awesome.
guitar solos and stuff too. Yeah, they just use like auto tune and they just match it all, and it's really good. They're
Nice.
like a 5-piece unit.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's that top video there, the Whole
see.
Lot of Love.
We'll have to bring that up at some point. I don't have sound through the headphones, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, I think as long as I don't know what the whole rule is with us playing videos.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play the sound
Right.
over the thing. But yeah, I'm gonna watch that afterwards because that sounds
It's
amazing.
awesome. Like, he gets the distortion for the guitar, for the solos and everything in there too.
Wow.
It's nuts. It really is.
You all right over there, Mitch? Got a weird look.
Oh, it's gone. No, I was miles away.
Oh, okay. I was miles away.
I was miles away.
Do you listen to Smooth McGroove on YouTube?
I think I've heard of it, but I don't.
He's the guy. He has really long hair, and he does like 8 cameras of him doing like video game songs
yeah,
with
yeah.
just his voice.
I think I saw him because he does a couple things with Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Smooth McGrew sounds like a guy that they kicked out of Sesame Street because he was too hardcore.
Well, that's like did you ever watch Jared Dines does a what song is it? I think it's the Song of Storms. He does a metal cover of it. But it's just him playing all of it. Yeah, it's really cool.
I love Jared
That
Dines.
inspired me to learn how to play that song on my ukulele.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dude, I love Jared Dines. Such a funny dude.
I don't know. Song of Storms. There's one that I think it's the Fire Temple song. I like that. That's my favorite.
Okay. I
just
think my
remember
favorite.
that hard.
I think my
I don't know.
favorite song of them is probably the Gerudo theme.
Gerudo Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that like flamenco style that they put into it because it's so different than a lot of other music. Like I love all of the music from Legend of Zelda. I don't think they have a bad track in their soundtrack. We're just not talking about those really shitty Legend of Zelda games they made.
Which ones are those?
What
Spirit
do you know the name
tracks?
of them? Shit, the really horrible Legend of Zelda games they came out with. It was way back in the day.
Link 2? Or Zelda 2 on the NES?
I don't remember what it is. I've seen people play it. I've never had the
go
chance
ahead and
to
look
It's
it
gotta
up.
be Zelda 2. That's the one where they changed the formula really bad.
It might have been, yeah.
Oh my god, that makes me want to play it so bad.
The track that
Is it
always
Spirit
makes me
Tracks?
immediately think of Zelda. Like, to me, the Zelda track is the original, like, dungeon theme from the NES Zelda.
Yeah. Oh, it's the Wand of Gamelon.
The fuck?
Oh, that was the CD one, right?
Yep.
The only CD drive, or...
Yep. It was, yeah, that second video.
It's
It
reminiscent
shows-
of the game from Stranger Things in the arcade.
It's-
That they played. Yeah, it's in that same kind of style.
I love when Dustin freaks out at that. God, I hate this piece of shit imitation son of a bitch! Oh my god, look at that fucking
Yep.
face.
That's
I'm already mad.
that's all of the cutscenes for the entire game.
What's the game? Oh.
Yep.
Where's the gameplay?
It's a weird side scroller type of thing. Like
What the shit?
it's like weird side scroller platformer kind of thing, but it's horrible. There's one point where there's an enemy you have to fight that you can't see in the game. You just have to try and guess where he is.
Oh, he's got lipstick on. Man, this game was way ahead of its time. There's trans people in here.
It was if you ever just want to like have
Like
something on in
Aladdin.
the background noise to just laugh at randomly, Game Grumps plays this game, and it's hilarious how pissed off he gets.
Oh,
at
like
it.
I'm mad right now.
God, these cutscenes. Later still. God.
So good. I'm thankful I never played this one.
Is this part of the canon?
I
They
think
try to forget about it, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of like widely known that this is the worst.
Fucking
Zelda.
bombs 20 grand or 20 bucks.
Yeah.
20 rupees. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna have really bad dreams today.
It's like if somebody was just on acid doing all of this. And I mean, for the time period, it probably fucking could have been.
Do you guys remember any of the educational games you used to play?
I was just about to say, this looks very much like an advanced version of a cooking game I used to play in preschool.
The art style always reminded me of like those typing games that I used to have in school, like when you were first going through like computer lab and stuff.
I have it under my gaming belt that I've beaten the Genie Barbie game on the computer. They came with a Genie bottle that you'd have to pull the top off in order to start the game, and then you'd have to rub the bottle at different parts to make Genie pop out so you could talk to her so that you could go places
her?
and stuff.
I suppose.
I didn't own the
What a
game,
woman.
but I had to beat it for my sister. But
Sometimes there would be random computer games in the mail. I get like there's like a fucking really, really bad Indiana Jones knockoff. And I was able to play it because I didn't have a computer until I was like 16.
did you guys ever
But-
get NASCAR 2000 from the haircut place?
No, but I believe in
What?
that.
Yeah, I got my hair cut once, and they were selling like $5 copies of some NASCAR game
Oh my
for
god.
a PC, and it was absolutely terrible. But I would just turn it on, and I'd just drive the opposite direction and crash into stuff.
Well, yeah, that's no. You're supposed to do that. Charlie would say that him and his sister would play NASCAR, and they would always just drive and crash the Cheerios car. Just drive the wrong way and just crash into shit.
Do you guys remember when they used to send out the gaming samples,
Dude, yes.
like those sample discs and everything? That was back in like the what was it,
16
like the-
demos on one disc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
16 demos in one.
Play M-rated games as a 12-year-old. Didn't know.
I was gonna say I was playing SOCOM at 11, and they'd say, "Get the fuck off the ridge." Okay. It's like that. It's like I put my age on the subscription card.
Right. Well, they don't care. It's just the same disc gets sent to everybody. They
Remember
don't give a shit.
PlayStation Underground?
What is that?
Google it.
Oh boy, PlayStation Underground.
Say, I don't think I
This
remember
video's
that.
still going. Holy shit! All right.
We'll cut that off right quick. We'll pretend we didn't even look it up.
Yeah, that was. It's. Pretty sure
Jam
that
Pack. Oh boy.
they pretend that they never made that game.
PlayStation Underground.
Is this a game or
Is now a defunct.
defunct American video game magazine? Oh boy.
I remember I sent in like money and stuff too. It was like $30. Like you'll get a full year, and I never got any. Final issue 2001. Yeah, that's about when I was getting it.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
been a lot.
17 issues during its active time.
PlayStation Underground.
Can you guys remember the different magazines that you were subscribed to, like from your youth? Because I can remember 4.
I bought
That I ever
Xbox official magazine for a while, but I never was subscribed to it. I bought it.
I would just say I never had a subscription for the longest time to anything. Like the only reason I have a gaming subscription now is because of GameStop.
Oh, right. Game
Yeah.
Informer, yeah.
Yeah.
I am not renewing my Edge card, by the way.
You're not?
No, fuck no. I don't go in there enough.
I was gonna say I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't really go in there nearly enough. Like, I love the store. I like going there. I know most of the people that work there. Well, maybe not most of the people anymore. They get a lot of new people now. But when I used to go in there, I would know most of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have the money to buy as many games as I used to. And it's weird to say because like fucking 10 years ago, I had all the money in the world to buy fucking video games.
The sad realities of adulthood. Like,
Yeah.
like, man, I can't buy all the video games I want anymore.
Like, yeah,
I just don't have time to play them. Like,
Fucking- you're growing up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna move out. I'm gonna have all this junk food. I'm gonna drink all the time, and I'm gonna play any video game I want. And then it's like, shit, what do you
No,
have in the
bitch.
$5 bin?
You're looking through, it's like, oh, the
Right?
Dreamcast browser? Yeah, I'll take that.
I'm gonna play this game that was outdated like 6 generations ago.
What kind of magazines were you subscribed to over there?
There was Game Informer, obviously, and then there was the PlayStation magazine for the demo discs, and I had Nintendo Power, and then the last one was Shonen Jump.
Shonen Jump.
Yeah, Shonen Jump for
I got
comics.
my buddy a subscription to that, and then
It was for
like-
the Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
yeah. Well, every now and then they either come with a booster pack or they come with like a couple of rare ones. Oh, just one card.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Holographic, guaranteed.
That's kind of cool. I'm glad that I only ever got sucked into really one card game. Like I didn't have enough money to do any more than one.
Which
Which
Magic.
oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love Magic.
still going.
I just sold a lot of my collection, though.
I was gonna say I haven't played since I started my new job, which is fucking stupid because I have every goddamn Tuesday off, but I don't go down to play EDH anymore for some reason.
Ugh.
I can't be bothered to get my shit together to go down there. It's like I've got other shit to do. I gotta fucking do laundry.
I gotta sit on the
gotta
couch,
take-
man.
Right? I gotta sit on the couch.
I gotta enjoy
It's
my
like,
day.
Oh, shit. I'm starting to get healthy. I gotta go sit down and eat some more shit.
I'm about to enjoy my day, Spark.
Right?
Hey, I used to have fucking magazines when I was growing up. I had fucking Sports Illustrated. Oh yeah.
I always forget that you're a sports guy. I
mean,
always fucking
kind of.
forget that.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
So
To an
like,
extent.
you probably have issues with Dan Marino still on the cover.
No.
Yeah, you're that old.
No, those were more like mid 2000s. I don't know if we had any real stuff when I was really young. You
Dan
know?
Marino was like late 90s. Remember him?
No, it's like 80s into
What?
early 90s.
Girl.
Into maybe late 90s, like, I guess. if
When
you
did okay, just for kicks. When did
he
Dan
retire?
Marino retire?
I would say 2001.
Okay. I can't believe we're
He's
looking this up.
57.
Jesus.
Old fuck.
If he has a Twitter, I'm gonna go subscribe to him.
If he has a Twitter, it's probably run by a PR agency.
Yeah, true.
99 was his last year.
I knew it.
Yep.
Fucking knew it. So yeah, you probably do have some Dan Marino stuff laying around.
No, I don't have anything from the 90s for SI.
My dad had a subscription to Golf Digest, and the stack of magazines was just so high because someone got it for him because he's like, yeah, I like watching golf. And then someone just got him a thing. And it's like, okay.
That's a sport that I never understood watching. Like I play golf.
It's so relaxing to watch. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, it
I don't understand
irritates
what
me.
I don't understand what I like about it, but I do like watching it.
It fucking irritates me. Like I see these people playing golf and I'm like, cool. That would take me like 5 hits to get there. It's like, you fucking dick.
I respect the talent it takes to do what they
Yeah,
do.
no, there's... Oh, God. It's such a deceivingly hard sport. It really is.
Yeah.
Caleb doesn't want to admit it, but he watches golf because it triggers his ASMR.
That's not true. What?
It doesn't have to be audible. It can be visual as well.
It's because I like playing the sport.
It's the sound that's not there.
I found that, like, when I was in high school and I was actually on the golf team and shit, I liked going golfing for the competitive aspect of it and trying to get better.
yeah.
Now I like going golfing with my parents because we sneak booze on the course and we get, like, plastered halfway through.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's what's up.
That's the highlight of growing up, is getting shit-faced with your parents.
That's probably why I like it. It's because I used to go with my dad all the time, so, like, you know, it's like a thing. He just did, you know.
That's really
Right.
sweet, though. Like, to hear, like, it's booze, but, like, you're still bonding with your parents.
Right. It's the shit that you couldn't do when you were a kid, and then you get to that age where it's like, you just sit down and you drink with your parents. It's like, hey, we've gotten to the point where we can just look at each other as mutual adults. You don't look at me like constantly
A
as the
liability.
kid. Yeah.
Well, my dad, he just got a smartphone, so, like, I was never close with him, like, growing up. But now that he's got a smartphone, I'm even further away from him. And, like, I try to have, like, conversations with him, and he'll just kind of stare at his phone and go, But every now and then, he'll set his phone down, and he'll kind of go off the rail like I do, and he'll just start,
Like
he'll,
this?
he'll start doing this. You know, he'll gesture with his hands, too, and he'll go crazy. But it was whenever he sets that phone down and he, like, leans at me, not out of anger, but just, like, excitement.
Right.
It's like I feel like I earned this, and he respects me as an adult now. And, like, he
Right.
never as a kid would do that. Never, he'd tell me, fuck off 100 million times. Well, I probably shouldn't say this because my family does watch this. But he would say fuck off, but he would be like, oh, I did blah, blah. And then but now he's like, treats me as an equal. It's like,
Right, yeah.
I earned that conversation.
Yeah.
I earned that FaceTime. Feels so good.
I think it's like kind of like the whole rite of passage. It's like, hey, you live on your own. You're not dead yet. You have a job. You're able to take care of yourself. I'm going to look at you as an actual man.
You're
not a baby.
You might be a deadbeat, but you're not dead, so you did something right. What does that say? Deadbeat.
Yeah.
Very cool. I saw the word dead on there earlier. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. Well, those
It's
guys
funny,
who have
it's-
love and hate on
Right,
their
yeah,
fucking
no,
hands.
It was I don't regret it, but I kind of regret the person I went to for it. I won't say his name just because
Sure.
I'm not about that, but
Is he from Fondy?
yeah.
I bet you I know. Anyways.
At least people know what they're getting into when they fight you, because if you're beating them with your left hand, they know that they're not going to be killed. But if you beat
Right,
them with
yeah.
the right hand, they know that they're going to be dead.
Right hand dominant, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I actually saw the movie where the love and hate tattoos originated. It's
Oh, yeah?
called The Night of the Hunter. It's a really, really dark movie.
Huh.
It's from the 50s,
Oh, shit.
and
Yeah.
it's about this guy who, like, marries this he, like, seduces an old woman to get to her fortune, but her
shit.
kids or her grandkids, like, see through it, and he abuses them. And, like, I think it ends with, like, the guy's about to beat the shit out of the kids, and you hear this fucking shotgun cock in the darkness, and the grandma just walks out with the barrel and says, get the fuck out of here. And it's Lillian Gish, who was, like, a major silent movie actor. She was in everything in, like, the 1910s and 20s, and then she vanished for a while and then came back when she was, like, in her 70s and 80s.
Right.
To, like,
That's fucking cool.
Dude, it's a dark fucking movie, but, like, for, like, that time when everything was, like, you know, Mad Men and Happy Go Lucky. And,
Yeah.
like, come on, Charlie,
There
we're gonna
was
go
the
to the
shit you don't
drinking
talk
pool.
about,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Well,
then you have something like that.
Right.
It's like, oof.
That was kind of like the whole reason for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It was meant to just bring attention to people who are transsexual, people who are gay, and they got so much hate for it. Mm-hmm. Like, it almost killed all of their careers.
I hate it because it's not a good movie, but
That's fair.
I don't like it. I never did.
With you, brother.
I was like, some chick showed it to me. She's like, "Isn't this the best?" I'm like,
I'll watch it because
what?
I'm a big fan of Tim Curry. I
Sure.
love Tim Curry as an actor.
"Yeah,
But yeah, I won't ever try and tell people it's the greatest movie of all time. It's bullshit. I like
definitely
the movie.
different.
Yeah, it's It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like watching A Clockwork Orange. So many people like have that movie's balls in their mouth. I look at it as like, this is fucking weird. It's a good movie, but it's fucking weird.
What you got?
It still holds the record for the longest running movie in theaters.
Really?
Oh, the Rocky
They
Horror?
still show it in theaters even
Yeah.
today.
Yep.
Like every week, every day there's a showing somewhere in the United States.
Weird.
Yep.
Oh wow.
It really has
Very culty.
a huge
Yeah.
cult following. Yeah.
Because you interact with it.
Yeah, there's the Time Theater in Oshkosh. They show all kinds of old movies there.
Right.
Holy shit, that place is awesome. Please, I can't recommend it enough. But they got Rocky Horror going on once a month because it fits into so many weird genres.
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking, what other fucking movie? I lost it. But like, I looked at her, and then like the next day, I'm like, fucking, yeah. I'm like, she's got a better movie. I'm like, you better show me something better than that. She's like, well, this one's called Cry Baby. It's got Johnny Depp in it. I was like, I would have rather watched Rocky Horror again than watch that. But that movie, Cry Baby, sucks so much, dude. I can't. You gotta watch it just to see how bad it is.
Is it like watching Birdemic?
Birdemic?
Worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
That's the worst movie?
It's the worst movie.
Oh, for me, the worst movie ever is The Hitchhiker's Guide.
Really?
Oh, you're a big
Hate
fan.
it.
He's a big fan of
I
that
hate
movie.
it.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
I saw it the first time and also was like, what the fuck is this?
Who
Yeah,
likes
no,
that
I
movie?
watched it recently and I'm like,
BJ?
I watched it recently and been like, it's fine.
I think the reason why I hated it so much is because
It's
I went in there
very
expecting
weird.
it to be a good movie.
Yeah.
Like me and my entire family, the only person
You
that
know, Liz?
didn't go with was my brother Keith.
It's so weird.
And
like,
we all went into it expecting it's like, oh, this is going to be a good movie. And My
Right.
brother Mike picked it out. He's usually pretty good at knowing movies. Like, we all kind of like the same thing. We all sit down for it. I fell asleep. My dad almost got up and left. My dad's not the person. If he paid for something, he's
right.
getting the full
Yeah.
experience of it. He almost got up and made us all leave.
I think
Hated it.
I think the big problem with it is like it's so British at points where it's like it's just hard because we're not used to the way they do
Right.
some of that
That
stuff.
was like the first huge British thing to come over. It's not
Yeah.
like if that was in theaters now, it would fucking just
It'd be
it would-
fine.
Yeah, it'd take over. Like there's so much shit like Doctor Who and shit on TV that people fucking love over here. Which
absolutely.
don't get me wrong, I like Doctor Who. I'd probably like the movie now if I watched it again, but I'd hate it out of principle because fucking
'Cause you had such a bad experience with it.
The spatula field.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? Don't think about anything, and then you start getting smacked in the face. It's like that's so dumb. But it's the shit that like I can look back on it now, and it's like, oh, I could see that being funny.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing it in theaters, and I'm like, I can't say it's funny.
You know
I
what
just
movie
can't.
is similar to that, but is actually really good? The Fifth Element. You ever
Yeah.
see that movie, because like it's so weird and zany, but it's
Right.
also excellent.
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude, we gotta watch that sometime.
Corbin
It's
Dallas.
fantastic.
Well, if-
Corbin Dallas.
If
Multipass.
I am a meat popsicle.
if I watch it now, am I gonna think it's okay?
Yeah.
It actually held up
it
pretty
has
well.
aged
Yeah.
extremely well.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you like, huh?
Like Blade Runner?
Fuck, I was just about
Yes.
to say Blade Runner. Fuck yeah, Blade
Did you
Runner.
guys see the new Blade Runner movie?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
I haven't been able to see the
Yeah.
new one yet.
Fantastic.
I want to see it so bad.
Baby, it's so good.
Very, very
Yeah.
slow burn, but it is so
Yeah.
good.
Well, I mean, the original Blade Runner really wasn't a fast-paced movie that much.
But this
either.
movie's like 3 hours long. It's like,
Thinker.
yeah, it's. I've never been more engaged with a movie than I was
Nice.
when I watched that movie
awesome.
Yeah.
because of the mystery that they set up in it. It's
That's
fantastic. Yeah, it's
that's awesome.
so good.
Hell yeah, I will definitely have to check that out then. Like, I mean, there wasn't ever a reason why I didn't want to. I
Absolutely.
just haven't gotten around to seeing
Another good sci-fi movie. I don't know why this comes up from my brain, but another good sci-fi movie you should check out is called Arrival. I think Mitchell will agree with me on that one. It's fantastic.
Arrival is
Oh yeah, Moon's good too.
Arrival is one of my all-time faves because of just
There's something about it.
yeah.
it. Nice.
That's the best way to put it. There's something about it.
Well,
Right, it's
the
just
guy who
something.
directed the new Blade Runner.
Yeah,
directed
it's the same
Arrival
director for
also.
both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
He's got a very unique cinematography
Mm-hmm.
style. It's awesome. He does lots of huge panoramic setups almost.
Right, just to kind of show you how immensive the world, or
Like where you are.
Expansive.
He really
I don't know
sets
what
up
the
the
fuck
area
means.
you're in. Yeah.
You had it. You said it right.
Yeah. Exactly.
okay.
He has also made the darkest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's-
Darkest
Hell yeah.
of all time.
What was that?
Not like Shadows. I mean like the most chilling kind of keep you up at night kind of thing.
Right.
It's called Incendies. 2010. It's so fucking... The ending is so dark. I could try to describe it. It's not... I won't get kicked off or anything. We won't have to mute the mics.
Oh, okay.
So, these Iranian kids in their mid-20s are living with their mom in Canada.
Okay.
And one day they're at the pool in their hotel, or at their apartment, and she has a heart attack and dies.
Well, that's fun.
And so there's no family, there's no anything. They get a phone call one day after making the funeral, and it said, okay, well, you have to come down. There's like last wishes and everything. They had no idea that their mother even knew anyone. And they find out, they get a letter from their mother that says, you have 2 weeks to find your other brother. You have a second brother. They never knew this. Are you checking out of here?
Yeah, he's gonna go.
All right.
I'm gonna make some food.
All right. See you later. They find out that he's got a second brother. They have a second brother they never knew about, and he's an older brother. And you have to go to Iran to find him. So they have a limited amount of time to find this guy. They have no clues. And they go in there, and they look all over. And they eventually find some guy who they started like asking around about a description, and he said that they've gathered that this kid became like one of the best terrorists in this elite organization.
Right.
When he was born, he killed his first person at like 5 or 6. They trained him how to like slit throats when people were asleep in prisons and shit. And they train him, like they have him beg for nickels. And they would have him like dressed in like no clothing, so like pedophiles and shit would like look at him. And when they would get close enough, he'd take like rusty pieces of metal and just carve at their necks until they died. It's fucked up. So he's learning how to kill early at an early stage. And throughout this movie, he gets better and better. He becomes one of the top snipers. Starts picking off like American soldiers and shit.
Oh, fuck.
And at one point, I forgot. The brother has 3. She had to give him up at her birth. I should have mentioned that. She had to give him up at her birth, but she had to say goodbye like right away because it wasn't safe. So they tattooed 3 little dots on his ankle, and she's like, would ever see him out in the world, that would be her baby.
Right. Yeah.
And this kid went on to be, like I said, a top sniper, and during his career rise, they had him be put in charge of this prison and then over there's no laws, so they just raped every woman that came through. Every single woman that came through.
Nice.
They just played that they were objects.
Yeah.
And he raped every single woman that came through. And one day, of course, the woman has a heart attack and dies at the thing. It's because she saw her son. Because she saw the dots. And slowly piecing this all together, there's a scene where the brother realizes something, and he just quits the investigation. They go back to America or Canada, and the sister gets really concerned, and he won't speak for like days. And finally, the sister's like, you gotta snap out of it. What's the fuck's wrong with you? And he says this line where he goes, 1 + 1 can equal 2, but can 1 + 1 also equal 1? And I've got chills talking about it right now. And she makes this gasp that still haunts me. You can watch it on YouTube. She makes this fucking noise, like this gasp in her breath. And she realizes that her brother is also her father. Her brother raped her mom, when she got recirculated back through the prison.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And he's their father and their brother. So he was born of her, but then later on, when he grew up, she became a prisoner in his prison, and he raped her and gave her children. And the movie,
I can see how you call that the darkest movie.
Movie I've ever seen. And the movie,
really
the movie ends with the brother finding out. They send him a letter saying, "We know you. We know what's going on." And the movie ends with him standing in front of her grave, and that's it. It is the most fucking dark movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The whole movie's bad, but like just that summary is like, ugh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one of Villeneuve's like first movies or what?
Yeah, it's like his first major like wide release. You know how when you start off, you have like a couple that don't really do so well.
Yeah.
Like Nolan has like. He has one called Doodlebug, which is like 7 minutes long. Yeah. He's got one called Following, which is on Netflix, which is like 40 minutes. Pretty good.
He's got like Memento.
And then Memento was his breakout hit, which was a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that. It was like his breakout hit. Okay. But holy shit. Do you ever not want to sleep at night? Watch that fucking movie.
It's like watching Requiem for a Dream. Jesus.
Yes, Requiem for a Dream. Do you know it's considered one of the saddest movies ever made?
Mm-hmm. It's like one of the one like you shouldn't watch it more than once because it's so depressing.
You ever watch that movie?
I don't think I have.
Requiem for a Dream, one of Jared Leto's first major movies.
I'll have to check that out.
Very dark, very sad.
Nice. I like Jared Leto as an actor.
Yeah, me too.
Seems like a weird fucking dude, but I like him as an actor.
I feel like to be who he is, like not only 30 Seconds to Mars, but also, who he is as an actor. You gotta
right.
Be kind of
There's
weird.
Got to be something going on there.
He was a good actor in Lord of War.
Yeah,
I liked him.
Dude,
I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna just go around our entire, fucking birth continent or birth country or whatever.
Oh yeah, he made
the outline of the the Ukraine or something.
He made Ukraine out of coke.
Coke, yeah.
It was so much. That line was so thick. It was like his eyes are just. It's like I'm gonna start over here, make my way up to Molestown. I'm gonna come down here by the peninsula, and like there's like 3 hookers just sleeping behind him.
Right.
He's like, I love the part where they're on the boat and Ethan Hawke's character is like charging towards them, and he's like, where's the Dutch flag? Where's the fucking Dutch flag? He goes, I've got France. Like what? He's like, you're a fucking idiot. He's like Vitali or something. He's like, yeah, it is French. Turn it around. It's Dutch. Like, oh, okay. It's true. It's the French flag. But it's reversed. It's red, white,
turn
and blue.
it upside down or whatever.
You turn it the other way.
You just invert it or something.
It's the colors go the opposite way, and it's back. I don't know when those countries came about, but they had a limited number of designs in their head. So
yeah.
At least you're better than that one country that's got the AK-47 on their flag.
Oh my god.
What?
There's a couple of them. Like,
African
Google
country.
it, please. It's
Right.
Africa.
What the fuck?
It's probably like Zambezi or something.
Fucking Wakanda.
Oh, geez.
Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
Wakanda is just a person doing this.
Right.
Also, I'm not anti-white by any means. I'm not anti-anything. But it was really cool, and they called all the white people a colonizer.
Dude, I love that. I was like, feels good.
I was almost right.
Mozambique.
I was going to say Mozambique, but I didn't think that was right. I was going to say.
So wait, that's what's next to it then?
That
Is
looks
that like a scythe or something?
RPG.
I can't really see.
Hold on.
It used to be on multiple flags, but they've changed so many times. Jesus.
It's a scythe.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. Well, they're used to. It's a
some type
hoe.
Yeah,
it's
a hoe.
It's a garden hoe.
Yeah, it's like.
It means.
So
It probably means that they sow and reap lives.
when you gotta farm at noon, but you still gotta kill infidels later on the day.
When you have to farm at noon, but you're jihading at 9.
Yeah.
Jeez. Kalishnikov. Yeah, he died not too long ago.
I don't think there's any jihadi going on in Africa. I think they're all just fighting over territory.
Yeah, it's
Diamonds territory.
Yeah, diamonds.
Kids.
Demons.
conflict diamonds. What else is there? I remember there was just a straight up. It was like a green field with a red diamond behind it. And it was just a fucking AK in the center. But the flags over there change all the time. 'Cause of who's governing at the time?
Yeah, whoever gets control.
There's like 60 undeclared wars over there at any given time in Africa.
It's not surprising, really.
So fucked up.
It is fucked up.
I mean, there's just
there's a reason they call it the Dark Continent.
yeah.
Well, it's just because the sun doesn't go through the trees, but I think it's because it was just a bunch of war and horrible shit.
Yeah, there's so many people fighting for so many different things, but too many of them are horrible.
I think I think all of them are horrible.
Wait, like it's
Any reason to fight is horrible because if it's resources, that means one of you's starving.
Right.
If it's over religion, that means that
You're
could
intolerant.
set aside. Yeah, you need to set that aside and shake hands. But it's also been said that war of the Israelites versus the Shiites, I forget, that whatever you believe in, it's been said in multiple religious texts across multiple religions, not just Christianity, but all kinds of shit that says that war will never end. It's been going since the dawn of time, and until the world ends, it will not stop.
And that's just hatred in general, really. It's never gonna stop. As much as we all wish it fucking would. Like, be tolerant, be cool to people. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's how it is. And unfortunately, it's the reality of fucking human race.
Joe Rogan says, like, it's just a brown guy throwing a rock at another brown guy, but his head wrap is a different shade of color or something.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're no less guilty over here. I mean,
it's not
of it
just
is
like certain parts of the world that are like that. Hatred's fucking everywhere.
I mean, we fought a civil war over trying to own people, so.
Yeah, how fucked up is that shit?
I mean,
not a good look.
I mean, remember when we would hurl angry insults at people for liking wrong music? I fought for pop punk. I'd take a bullet for pop punk.
Defend pop
punk, yeah.
God.
We should just wear a shirt that says "Take a bullet for pop punk," and then have a picture of the bassist for Pennywise just laying there dead.
Take a bullet for emo.
Whoa, I wouldn't fucking take a bullet for emo. Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
What?
Over pop punk? Yeah.
Take over pop punk? Oh man.
Because emo is just like the angry sister of pop punk.
But at least guys who play pop punk have jobs. Emos just sit around and cry. They don't have enough money to afford a gun.
Oh my god.
Pop punk could rise up. They have an arms race.
Oh my goodness.
Or they just smash pizza boxes at each other. You ever see every pop punk vocalist ever? That video on YouTube?
I don't think I have, no.
Don't play it, but can you pull it up the thumbnail because we'll play it after. We're at an hour and 50, so.
Oh shit.
We almost done.
Yeah. It's called Every Pop Punk Vocalist Ever. I don't know if he makes videos anymore, but like one of them is just him. He does the same movement across the stage, but he like does it. He says something different every time.
I love every Jared Along. Yeah, I love every hardcore vocalist too. That's a good one.
Yeah. He's like, if somebody falls, you pick him right back up. We're here to help each other out. Kill him right there. Step on his fucking head. Whoa.
This is an ad.
Holy shit! Do you need that much?
Yeah, dude.
Some people,
the reason it's so big is because it's analog, so it's a little different.
Oh. Bass Pro Shop.
Right.
Yeah, one of the things, like, I've got my best friends in the front seat with my pizza in the back. Yeah, he just does that back and forth thing.
It's my favorite.
There's a lot of teenage girls in their bras. I'm not sure about this.
You can just hear the basement show.
Oh,
Man, I've met some awesome fucking bands because of basement shows.
Dude, I'm not knocking them.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I can just,
Like,
it's like you can just feel it and hear it.
Yeah, there's a guy down in I think it's like the Madison, Milwaukee area. I think his name's JJ Kaiser. He does fucking basement shows all the fucking time, but he gets people that are like local unsigned shit, but he'll get people that are signed like out of fucking California, Colorado, and they'll come
Coming through on tour,
their
yeah.
Secret shows.
and they'll do shows in his basement.
That's fucking
and it's
great.
fucking cool as hell.
Some guy just shows up in a hoodie and it's just Pete Wentz.
Basement shows are like the lifeblood of smaller tours, actually, because it's where you actually make a lot of your good fans.
Yeah,
That will
by
stick
doing-
with you for a long time.
I was gonna say there's a couple of bands that I saw down there that I still like have on my phone and I listen to today and I follow them. Like there's one band, Tiger Wine. I'm pretty sure it was Tiger Wine. We met them. It was me and my ex now, but we were there talking to him, and she was from Manitowoc, and it was right when that Making a Murderer show had come out. So they started asking her a bunch of questions about the Dempseys. Like it's like, oh, did you ever know him? And she's like, yeah, I knew him. It's like I've been out to their auto yard and stuff, and yeah,
Oh shit.
but like they're fucking cool dudes sitting there just shooting the shit with people. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just. I mean, I didn't have a basement show once, but me and a guy, we used to, when I started playing guitar, we learned a lot of Metallica songs together, and he was like way better than me, so he would do the solos and I would play the rhythm over it. We had no drummer or bass player, and there was one where we just went in one of my parents' rooms in the basement, and we just played a couple of Metallica songs, and we had like 10 people show up, and I said, okay, one person during the solos just go to the light switch and just turn it on and off really fast. So, and like I had people moshing and shit, and we would just walk around and fuck around and let people fuck with the guitars. And I had this joke where like try to crowd surf, and I'd be so scared because like my parents' Christmas ornaments were like on a shelf right there. I'm like, don't, those are like 90 years old, please, Jesus.
Yeah, that reminds me of where we did the fucking recordings, because like half the walls there was shelving in Don's. It was our band room, but it was like, I think was a workout room at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But lining the walls there was like fridge and freezer, and then a bunch of shelves of Christmas decorations, and then my bass amp was right at the bottom next to it, and I had to stand in that little corner there. And I used to get so nervous when we first started practicing there. It's like, if I move around too much, I'm gonna bash into shit.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I mean, I think a lot of our generation is like buying Christmas decorations, but for a while, old shit from like
it was all hand-me-down
1900
stuff.
early stuff. My grandmother still has great grandma's ornaments that are well over, probably getting close to 100 years old.
I was just saying, my parents have this like it's not really a nativity scene thing, but it's like a whole Christmas village thing they put up. And they've had that thing for, I can't remember a single Christmas without it.
Yeah.
And they've probably had that shit for years before I was even born.
Do you know how expensive that shit is?
Right?
Do you ever go to Kris Kringle's shop?
I went there once to get my mom a Christmas decoration, like as a gift. I got her a Christmas decoration. It's fucking stupid. Like, what the fuck?
There's like there's like
very specialty.
There's handcrafted statues that have been there since the 90s. They're hand carved from Italy in the 80s, and like the smallest piece is the Christ child, and he's like $5,000.
Oh my god.
No joke. Okay, and it must be sold as a set. I think that's why no one's bought it, and that's that, and it's life size. You go to the Christmas Village, and it's barely any difference in price.
Right.
In the Christmas Village are these little fucking knickknacks where like the people are ice skating. And it's like, why is this $1,000?
Right.
It's like, I don't need this shit, and you want to buy it anyway because it's so cool. I do. You look in the little windows, and there's people at the bar like.
It was cool this last Christmas. My parents actually changed up the entire village. They changed how it was all moved around. They built like a whole stage thing that went on top of this chest that it's on every year. So it's all like raised up and there's a hill. They bought extra lights and shit. It was really cool looking at it because it's like, I can tell it's that shit from when I was a kid, but it's like 2018 version of it.
Yeah.
Everything's updated. It's HD now.
Made it new and fresh.
Oh, man. God, I love Christmas. It's nowhere even near how good it used to be. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to get worse every year.
You just saying you love Christmas and made me think, man, I can't wait to go Black Friday shopping with you this year.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be so fun.
I go fucking crazy on Black Friday.
I refuse to go Black Friday shopping.
Oh, it's so fun.
Why?
Because I worked Black Friday.
Me too.
Understandable.
And I'm like, yeah, it sucks.
I would stab somebody. I could walk into the store without having anything to stab somebody with, and I would find things to stab people with.
Your fingers.
Just walking through stationery, grab a pen and start stabbing people to get shit. It's like, fuck you.
Dude, I'm glad we live where we do because
we don't have like the crazy
it's
crowds.
there's no trampling.
It's definitely not like crazy as shit out here.
The only thing I ever had bad, it wasn't even bad. I pulled up a DVD that another guy had in his hands, and he looked at me and just let it go, and then I gave it to him. That was it. But like, I've never seen like tramplings or like fighting or elbows, and like we were digging through a bin and we both grabbed it, and he's like,
right.
And then I found him later and I gave it to him. Yeah. It's like just a show of good faith. I'm like, I really don't need this. I'll live.
And it's funny is like around here, the worst thing that happens is shit like that. Except if you're working, then people like blame you for everything. It's like, fuck off. I'm here to make minimum fucking wage.
Yeah, working retail is just the worst.
Yeah, it's like, it's not my choice what the store brings in. I don't get to pick that. I'm just here to grab it from the back for you.
Yeah, like, I'm just like...
Fuck.
I'm a middleman.
Right.
I'm just setting the buffet, all right? Like, I don't make it.
Jesus.
I'm setting the buffet. Dude, I worked Hot Topic on Black Friday, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Like, people just forget that people who work retail, or like any service-driven fucking place, like waiters, waitresses, retailers, even delivery drivers, people just, they treat you like garbage, and it's pathetic to think about, really. It's like, if that was you, or if that was like your kid, or your brother, your sister, and
you'd want them treated correctly.
Yeah, and people treated them the way that you just treated that person, it's like, you would be pissed off. You should feel like a pile of shit. It's like, that person's just doing their fucking job. Like now, if your waiter comes over, throws food at you, and like calls you some fucking racial slur or something, go ahead and be a dick. They deserve
When
it.
they don't refill my soda.
Yeah.
We talk about this. That's how I determine my tip. Usually is if they actually refill my soda enough times.
The order
'Cause I
could
drink
be
a lot of soda
completely
when I'm
wrong,
Yeah.
and you'd still.
I don't care.
If you got that soda filled 6 times, that's the tip.
I can feel that though,
good
because
tip.
that shows that they're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what the worst tip you can give a server is?
Penny under your plate.
Yep.
What?
Penny under your dinner plate.
A penny under your plate.
Why is that?
It is intended as an insult.
Yeah. You took the effort to put a penny there.
Yep. You left
It takes more effort to do that than to leave no
You
tip.
left enough money there to show them that you understood that they are horrible at their job.
Interesting.
Yep, it's a sign of like disrespect.
Okay.
Did you know that
I've
when
done it
tipping
exactly one time.
started, you actually tipped before getting your food?
Really?
Yes, that's how it used to be because it would dictate the service you got.
Huh.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was just broke and I walked in, I had no business actually being there then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tipping wasn't like a normal thing. It's still pretty much primarily just in the U.S. Tipping in most other countries just isn't a thing because they actually pay livable fucking wages to their staff.
As opposed to like $2.33 an hour.
Yeah, it's
I remember making that at A&W.
it's so fucked up. Like it really is. And then there's so many businesses who don't follow the law where if you don't make enough in tips, that's claimed.
You get the pay in.
Yeah, well, they have to pay you what minimum wages. They're supposed to equal what it is.
Okay.
That's a law in the U.S. And there's so many people who don't know that so many businesses get away with it. That they just pay you nothing but a flat rate of like your 2.5 or whatever it is. And they don't care what you make in tips.
Fuck.
If you don't make enough tips to equal minimum wage, well, you're shitty at your job. Fuck off.
God damn.
It doesn't matter if the business sucks. They don't have customers. No.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
It's your
gonna
fault.
say I always bring this up. I work at A&W, or I did like
Yeah.
when I was like 16, and I worked in the kitchen because they had the girls as the bellhops because it's just girls.
Yeah.
yeah. And then they would have to put on those khaki shorts, and it was conservative for back in the day.
Right.
Like they came well past the ass, but like. I would see it. I mean, I still see it today. Guys fucking dropping change on purpose. They got to bend down and pick it up. And they got to go through that shit. And then on top of that, they have to bring in their tips that they earned through getting fucking harassed.
Yep.
And they got to share it with us because we only made $2.30 an hour.
See, and that's really fucked up.
Yeah.
One thing that I learned like when I went through culinary school, because like I worked in kitchens for 17 years. Like I was a chef at one point in my life. It was a dream of mine, and then I said fuck it. I just left. But one thing that most people don't know is one of the things I didn't know until I was actually going through college, learning about the front end of a restaurant, and it's this weirdest fucking fact: is who do you think on average makes more as a server, men or women?
Is this tips included?
It's just tips. Just tips makes more in
Who
tips.
gets tip more?
Yeah.
Like you would think women, but it's probably
Is it
men.
probably
It is
men?
men.
Yeah.
Men make so much more because, especially at a higher end restaurant, when people go out as a couple, like especially if they're on a date, men get scared to tip a woman too much because if it's a first date, it means that they really liked them. They're
Yeah.
sexy. Oh, I want to take them home. But if it's a dude, it doesn't matter if they were good or not. You want to show off that you have money. Men make more in tips because of stupid shit like that.
That's why women as servers have to be extremely nice to the women
Yes.
on the date, so that they don't feel threatened.
There's so much shit that women can't get away with. That's bullshit because men can get away with it as servers. It's fucked up.
There's a psychology professor that told me that when she would waitress in the 80s, she started doing the one touch.
Mm-hmm.
She says as long as you touch each person one time, or if it's two girls, or if it's a girl and a guy, she would always touch the girl first.
Yep.
Maybe she wouldn't even touch the guy at all. But if it had to be a laugh, or just I'll be right back.
Yeah, it
with
can't
your-
just be you walk up
yeah.
and you fucking poke the person. Yeah, you have to be like kind of sly with it. You have to be able to put it
You
in
got to
there.
work it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone just touched me. Oh yeah, the guy at fucking
Oh
Culver's
my god,
touched me.
dude. Oh, this story is so great.
So
man.
there was the manager was like walking around and like asking people how they were doing. It's like this is a nice little extra touch, but at the time
I was like sitting in the booth.
we were
like,
just
"Please,
like
just don't.
we
don't
didn't
come
want
over
any
here.
part of it. Just go away. But
Yeah.
it's
Go away,
not his fault. He didn't hear us.
Right.
So we were sitting at the table and he was, "How you guys doing?" And we started talking about just kind of having doing our thing.
Shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit, and he's like, "Oh, you guys just getting done with work?" I'm like, "I have to work tonight." He goes, "Oh my god, third shift. Oh, I couldn't do that." I'm like, Yeah, well, I mean, I don't got much going on, so it's like it's good for me.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, you don't have any kids. You don't have to worry about that crap. And there's a family of, like, there's a mom and a dad and, like, 3 kids right behind me. And I'm like, dude. And then he's like, it's okay. And then he, like, kind of brushed his hand down my arm. He's like, it's okay.
And then me and BJ were like, oh, he wants you, bro.
And I looked at them, I'm like,
Man, you should try to get some free cheese curds or something out of that shit.
dude, he wanted to give me his cheese curds.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Dude.
He had that special ranch cup for you in back.
It's always
Holy shit.
it's always been one of my dreams to get jerked off at Culver's. Jesus.
Shit,
But-
take it where you can get it.
yeah. Don't you love that saying? Take it easy. I'm taking it any way I can.
Fucking take her easy. If she's easier, take her twice.
Take her sleazy, yeah.
Ooh.
Take her
Ew.
easy, then take her toys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just happy I'm not in food service anymore. No offense to anybody who is, but like, I'm
It's
not for everybody.
No.
Some people enjoy it, but
I loved it when I was in it. Like, I hated it on a day-to-day, but I loved the
overall experience,
like being a cook, like especially the experiences that I got to do. Like, I got super lucky in some of the things. Like, I worked at
it's got to feel good as a cook. Like, you get your job gets to be just creating cool stuff.
Right,
You
like
know,
especially when you work at places where you actually have the freedom to do it. And I got
Right.
lucky enough to work at a few places like that where we would.
What was the coolest place you worked at, or you enjoyed the most?
A place down on Big Cedar Lake called Timmer's Resort.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it. George Prescott Jr., the guy who's the owner of it, or at least was it. I'm hoping he still is. When I worked there, he was multimillionaire,
Oh, wow,
stupidly
okay.
rich dude. And my perception as somebody who grew up with not very much money in our household at all, rich people are assholes. Rich people are just complete and utter assholes. He is the sweetest fucking dude ever. Fucking helped put people who were servers with him throughout high school. If they stayed there throughout high school and got to know him, he'd pay for your college.
Oh wow.
Gee.
He bought people cars. Like, he was stupidly sweet. If you
Very
were down
generous
on your
guy.
luck, yeah, he would go out of his way to help you. I think one of the coolest things that happened for me, because like I didn't work there for a very long time, because I lived up here and I worked down in Big Cedar Lake, like West Bend. It was-
That's West Bend. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a decent drive, and my car started on fire on Highway 40.
Oh no.
That ended my career. So.
Oh wow.
But there was one night I was working and I was closing. I was the last person in the kitchen, closing the kitchen. Him and his wife walk in. All of a sudden, the bartender comes back and she's like, "Hey, they want to know if you'll make him some cheese curds." And I kind of flew off the handle. I was a dick. I was pissed. It was a shitty night. I had just gotten done finishing cleaning everything. Now I had to start up the fryers, wait for them to heat up, stay there longer, cook food, re-clean all of the oil in the fryer, put everything back together. Then I could finally leave. And I was pissed about it. I did it because it's the fucking owner. You're not going to say no to
it's
the
like-
guy.
yeah.
He literally pays my fucking rent.
Yeah.
And so I get done with it, and I'm like halfway walking out to my car after everything's re-cleaned up, and I'm still like kind of fuming from it. And the waitress comes out, or the bartender comes out, and she's like, "Hey, hold up." Hands me $100 bill.
Nice.
That was my tip for making a order of cheese curds.
Seems good.
Yeah, it's like
Worth it.
What the? It's like I felt like the biggest pile of shit.
Yeah, because you're just like, man, I felt like.
But
shit
you
this
didn't
whole
know it at the
time.
time. You didn't know it at the time.
Right,
You
yeah,
were
like
gonna
I
get
didn't know that they were going to do that.
Yeah.
But it was literally because when the bartender went back out there, she had told him, well, he had already actually closed the kitchen down. He's going to make them for you, but yeah, he had already closed everything down, so he's got to restart everything up. And it was more just to tell him this is going to take
It's
a
gonna
little
be
while.
a wait, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. So they were like, oh, well, shit, he had everything cleaned up. We have to make him do a lot more work. Have $100. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Christ.
Seems
I hope I can do that sometime.
Right? How cool would that be? Like, you ever seen
Yeah.
those videos of people who go to restaurants and they'll go to a bunch of restaurants, just order like a coffee. And they'll find a server, get their story, find a server who's like actually legitimately down in their luck, and they'll leave without saying a word, paying the bill, leaving the money on the table, but they'll leave
Yeah.
like $1,000 tip.
$1,000, Jesus.
It's like that life changing like
Yeah.
windfall.
And like, there's so many people out there who don't understand how much even $100 can really honestly change somebody
Oh,
who's down
yeah.
in their luck.
And it's
Like-
it's also the money, of course, but it can also be like,
It's that faith in humanity.
yeah,
Like-
that's the whole attitude.
Yeah, especially like if you are in a field like that where it's just been a bad however long, couple of weeks, couple of months where people just consistently treat you like shit.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a huge toll on you, especially like
Grinds
how
you
you
down.
think about yourself.
Yeah.
Because like, as much as you don't want it to, that shit gets under your skin, like for pretty much everybody. And if you're one of those people who it doesn't bother you, fucking kudos to you,
They like feel blessed.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would love to one day be in a good enough financial stability point where I could do shit like that.
Where it's an option to you to actually pay
like,
forward a bit.
Yeah, like if I can go and find somebody who's down in their luck and actually be able to help them without just digging myself a hole, it's like, that'd be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Like that's how you know you're actually like a successful person or you're stable, is when you can help people without having to think about the consequences to yourself.
Yeah.
Like that shit's cool.
Yeah.
So hear about your favorite place. What's the worst place you cooked at?
Worst place?
Yeah.
Huh.
Gotta hear some cool stories.
Gotta hear the negativity.
I mean, I can definitely tell you about the worst job I ever had. It actually wasn't working in a kitchen. I worked at Thunder Pallet in Thressa.
Thunder what?
Thunder Pallet.
Pallet?
Yeah.
Did you guys make pallets?
Yes.
I thought you said Thunder Palace.
Oh. Yep.
Thunder
No.
Definitely a strip joint.
Gentleman's club.
I worked there for 4 days before I threatened to shoot my boss in the head with a nail gun and walked out.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, my interview with him was they
Jesus.
called him into the office. He walks in, looks at me, looks at the like little receptionist girl who was working there, and he's like, "Fat people never last."
What the fuck?
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I would have left.
Oh, if I didn't need the fucking job, I would have. Like, I was back living with my parents at the time. Like, it was a low point.
When about was this? Like, how long ago?
Maybe 7-8 years ago.
Oh, wow. So yeah, quite a while ago.
Yeah, like I went from having my own apartment to living back with my parents, so it wasn't something that I'd ever planned to be doing.
Been there, done that. I feel you.
Right? Yeah. It was one of those like just shitty situations. So I tried to get a job. My brother had a job there, so I went to go and work there. My brother, I don't know how he lasted as long as he did, but he ended up getting fired because one of the pieces of equipment didn't work.
Wow.
Yeah, he had to.
What a
Somebody put
shitty
the
boss.
somebody put the wrong bolts in a pallet. They were hardened steel bolts meant to not be able to be cut through.
Right.
And they give him a fucking jigsaw with a dull blade and tell him he's got to cut them off. And he's taking too long with it, and he broke a blade, so the boss comes over, and he puts a new blade in it, tries to cut it, breaks the blade, gets pissed, whips the jigsaw against the wall, shatters it, blames my brother, and fires him on the spot.
Okay.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Wow.
Jesus.
Lawsuit.
The worst boss I've ever had.
Kind of a blessing, though, that he got out of there, and you did, too.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that. Look,
Yeah,
try
it
to...
was-
Oh, Jesus.
That was shitty. Worst restaurant I probably ever worked at is... God, I don't even know if they're open anymore, but... It was.
I tell you.
I won't say their name just in case they are open because they might have changed by now.
Can you rhyme it with something? Can you...
I can mute the mics quick.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
Here, hold on. Now that we know what you're talking about.
But yeah, like it wasn't necessarily a bad place to work at. I had just. We would have maybe 1 or 2 people working a day, and that was
Right.
it. And this was when I was like really getting into cooking, like before I had started going to culinary school. Like I was biking.
Pretty new.
Yeah. I was so amped up for working in a kitchen like this because like I was actually somebody who was slightly in charge that I was biking the 3.5 miles to work and then 3.5 miles to go home. I have never been a fucking fit dude, so that was a big thing for me. But I'm going to work and I'm working like an entire day by myself. It's like an ice cream shop that makes like fucking burgers and chicken and shit. And we made decent food. And then there was one day I was going through and I'm doing inventory and I go out to the coolers and stuff and I notice we've got like 4 cases of pre-made burger patties, and I'm looking at them like, this is weird. Why do we have this many? We never go through this. And like,
Right.
it was the first time I'm doing the actual inventory for this place, and I worked there for maybe a couple of months. And I'm going through and I'm looking at them. I notice the date for one of the boxes is a year expired.
Oh, wow.
So I go and I peel it up. It was stuck to the bottom of the cooler. I peel it up. I mark how many it is. I throw it away. And I leave a note for the boss because like I didn't have a number to get a hold of her or anything. So I leave a note for the boss because she comes in like once or twice a week every day. And I show up 2 days after that, and they fired me once I showed up.
Wow.
They told me it was because I left equipment on. To clean the equipment, I would have had to have turned this shit off.
Right.
And I know it was cleaned because I was looking at it.
Right. So
It's
that's like that's some bullshit.
some shit.
Yeah.
And like, I think a big part of it was the note that I had left was saying that whoever was doing this before should be reported to
like yeah.
should be reported to
like Ecolab or OSHA or whatever.
yeah like, and once they fired me I straight up told them, it's like, cool, I'm gonna just call it in. And I did. I called the health department. They got
amazing.
inspected and they got fined.
So good.
It's like, fuck you guys. I was here to help you out, and you just fire me.
It's
on
like
the
I'm trying to make this work correctly here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like I'm trying to save you from getting fucking sued for killing somebody with a burger. Shit.
fucking year passed.
Wow.
Jesus, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Man.
It's probably the worst part about working in kitchens for as long as I did is going out to eat. Like I love
Oh
going
yeah,
out
because
to
you know
eat.
all the dirty secrets
Yeah.
now.
Like I love going
You
out
just
to
want
eat.
to go like,
but
can I just
also
go prepare this
critique
myself in your
everything.
kitchen,
Yeah.
please?
There have actually been times where people were trying to like explain to me how they made something.
And you're just like, no, dude, I understand.
Yeah, like I was up at Beckett's one time and they were trying to explain to me what a deconstructed salad was. It's like, fuck
Beckett's
off
in
with
Oshkosh?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic food. I will recommend them always.
What's a deconstructed salad? Like, what
if
makes
you
it...
take the parts to a salad and put it on a plate without making the salad.
Okay.
They give you the full. They give you the full head of lettuce with the chopper.
Well, it's a quarter head of lettuce.
Yeah.
It's a wedge of lettuce.
Okay.
And
But
they put
don't-
it on a plate.
They don't break it apart.
Nope. It is
Okay.
literally, they cut a wedge out of it, they put it on a plate.
Okay.
Then they put like any of the carrots, the tomatoes, anything else like that. But it's all, if it's cut into anything, it's either a thick slice or a fucking wedge. They put it on a plate and they give you that plate. Except the thing that I hate about it is, one, it's just a stupid fucking idea. It's like, if I'm paying you to make me food, make me the fucking food.
Right.
Don't half-ass it and then give it to me because you don't have the time.
This isn't the self-checkout at Walmart.
Yeah,
like.
exactly. Fucking. And the other thing is, every time I've ever been somewhere that's done deconstructed food, they serve it on the smallest fucking plate they can.
So you can't.
Right.
have
How the
space
fuck
to
am I supposed
yeah.
to make this salad on a plate that's like 3 inches wide, but you give me a quarter of a fucking head of
Give me
lettuce?
some room.
Shit, give me a bowl or something.
Mixing bowl with
Yeah.
the big
It's the
things.
tongs,
Yeah,
like,
I
let's
just
go.
I get pissed whenever it happens because like I'll still order the salad and shit, but when I go to make my salad, I just brush the shit off onto the table. It's like, fuck you. If you're gonna make me make the salad, I'm gonna make
Onto
you clean the
fucking
table. It's like, well, I gotta make my salad, so I gotta move all of this stuff off to the side, make my salad, and it's just fucking goo all over the table from like tomatoes and shit now. It's on you guys. Fuck off.
You gotta clean the table anyway. Fuck
Yeah.
you. That's so, Mitch. I feel that, dude. I didn't sleep very much.
Oh no, sorry. I'm not actually
No.
tired, but I keep yawning. I mean, I don't need a nap or anything.
Oh, dude, I was up till noon because me and Nate he had issues with his car this morning or like the last
Yeah, but
couple days.
noon, Jesus.
I was just say I like woke
No,
up.
I
at
went to
noon.
bed at noon.
Oh my god.
I slept for 5 hours.
Went to bed at like 10, woke up at 5.
I wish I could have done that.
Shit, I went to bed at like 6 in the morning.
Yuck.
Yeah.
And you were up at when?
Like noon, which
Fuck
is
that.
which is horrible because I have to get up for work tomorrow at like 4:30 in the morning. And I hate this. The last couple of weeks I've done this to myself, and I don't know why. I just can't seem to fucking fall asleep. Last night I think it was because for some stupid fucking reason I decided to make a cheesecake. At like 1 in the morning,
Wow,
I make
wow.
a fucking cheesecake.
Were you high?
No, I actually
You can say if you were. If you.
I can't smoke pot. I am allergic to it.
Oh shit!
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah, I can't even take like CBD extract or anything.
What happens? Like, what's the reaction?
You know the girl from the Poltergeist when she like spins her head around and just violently projectile vomits?
That is The Exorcist.
Exorcist.
From
yeah.
that,
You're good,
that's basically what happens.
That's me. Yeah, the head spinning and everything. No,
Oh man.
no, I turn into a super soaker. It's horrible.
Oh, okay.
Just spew
Your
it
body
everywhere.
just sweats and.
Like I just,
Oops.
Oh, heyo.
That's us.
Heyo.
I get violently sick, and like it's really bad because like
That
for some reason
sucks,
whenever
dude.
I get like ill, if I start like throwing up and stuff, I have to watch because I'll pop blood vessels in my face. So I have to
Jesus.
watch to make sure I don't like.
Oh, this gave me the shivers a little bit.
Right?
Like, ha.
It's really awesome because I get to go from looking like a super pale white kid to really weird like purple freckles all over my face and my eyes and shit.
Oh man.
Like I have
That's
to.
fucking scary.
I gotta watch that because like if it gets too bad, I have to like go to the hospital and shit, and it's fucked up.
That's great.
Oh my god. Fuck that.
Ugh.
And on that note, yeah, I think we should end it here. It's almost 2:20.
250. We got a long one. Long one,
shit.
Jack.
That's okay. But
Time flew by.
yeah, it was nice having you in here and nice
Yeah.
meeting you, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
thank you much, man.
Thanks for coming on in and
Awkward stretch.
introducing to yourself to me and like
Yeah.
you just commented on it yesterday and now you're in and now you are a part of the alumni.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's all it takes. See, people are like, "Oh, if I'm one interesting person, you're probably one of the more interesting people we've had on the last couple of." I don't want to
Weeks,
condemn
months.
condemn our previous guests, but like, Yeah,
I mean,
people are way more interesting than
I have
they
the
are.
tinfoil if you want.
Maybe another time. We have pre-made hats over
Use
there.
that for,
So.
your, for your cooking.
Oh, I thought you meant like for conspiracy theories. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But maybe another time we could actually do Conspiracies 2, where we bring in another person.
I would say I don't know shit about them, so that wouldn't be me.
No, I only know like the very basic. Like my favorite one of all time is the Chuck E. Cheese one. Did you hear about that one?
No.
Where there's a rumor that they're taking unfinished pies, like pizza pies. Like if you take like 6 slices from one, they take it in the back and put it under a heat lamp, and then if they have another unfinished pie, they'll reassemble it into a full pie.
The fucked up thing is working in restaurants for long enough, I could actually see that happen.
Well, yeah, but like at least you go through a little bit of effort to make it look like it's a full pie.
Right,
Whereas
yeah.
the pictures that I've seen online are of like maybe the crusts are like this misaligned.
Right.
Like you're not even fucking trying. Okay.
That's silly.
That's fucking great.
You got anything you want to like promote or talk of like say go check this out or whatever?
Not necessarily, really. Yeah, I don't have much of anything going on. The biggest thing that's going on in my life is August 10th. I'm going to be down at a car show called Flatfest.
Okay.
I'm going to be running a event to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project there. I'm actually going and taking my personal driver, like everyday driver car, and I'm paying to have it fully wrapped with a matte black vinyl wrap. Going down there, and anybody can pay a minimum of $1 donation. They can sign my car.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Sign the car. All the money goes to the Wounded Warrior
Where's this event
Project.
going on?
It is Oregon, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, Oregon.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It's a little ways away, but it's an awesome event. They have off-road rally racing going on. If you have any car and a helmet, you can enter your car in it. They have like road course racing going on. They have an off-course track you can take your vehicle over. Bunch of sponsors, like little fun games. Last year they did limbo with cars. Some dude in a Miata won.
In a Miata?
Yeah. But it's
sense.
cool because like they have full blown car shows for like overlanding vehicles, so like Crosstracks, Opacs, people who have modified their Imprezas and stuff. But it's really cool because pretty much all of the money from the entire event goes to one charity or another. I just decided to I got a hold of the guys that are running it and I talked to them about it and I got the okay to hold my own fundraiser there for the Wounded Warrior Project because that's something that I've always been kind of passionate about is like veterans and shit like that. So I'm a fairly patriotic person. So
Oh, awesome.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
We still need that.
It's
in
your
this day and age.
time this month.
That's true. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a happy birthday, America, up there.
Nice.
I gotta erase that. It's the birthday's over. It's not one of those fucking people. I don't think. I think America is one of these fucking people. It's mostly women who says it's my birthday week. This is the start of my birthday week.
It's like, no, it's your birthday.
You birthday. The fucking.
The one fucking day. I loved fireworks as a kid. I hate fireworks as an adult. Mainly because I have a dog.
I chose not to go to them this year because I'm like I've seen it.
Years.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
You've seen them all.
Right? Like
Overdone.
Fireworks are fun when you're drunk with your buddies shooting Roman candles at each other.
Or when you're a child.
Yeah, or when you're a kid.
Yep.
Shooting them out of your ass.
Yeah, shit, I haven't gone and actually seen fireworks in years, but once you get a dog and you have to stay home and take care of your dog that's like getting so scared he's pissing over the house, you get over fireworks quick.
Pretty fast.
Yeah.
That sucks though that your dogs get scared. I know a lot of dogs do that, but like that's just disheartening because like they can't help it. There's like not a lot of way to comfort them. Like take them in the basement and just hold on to them.
Right.
Like what do you do?
I think it's what was this guy's name? I think it's like the Oatmeal. He's a comic guy offline. Like he writes like funny little comic books and everything. He put it the best way I could ever see. It was while you're out there having a great time, just remember that your fur babies are home thinking the world's coming to an end.
During like fireworks, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
scary.
Enjoy your 4th of July. They think the world is blowing up.
Comfort them.
Fair.
Right.
Be nice to your pets.
Give them a snack.
Give them like a. Well, no, you probably shouldn't over-treat them, but I'd be like, here, just open the whole bag of pepperoni. Oh my God, fireworks!
Right. Yeah. I got lucky enough that I was actually able to be home for him, so I was home pretty much the entire day. So.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Just simply being there is like that's good.
And it wouldn't be so bad if people did it like maybe just a couple of days, but no, they do it like for an entire fucking week and a half.
Like, the lead up and then the after.
Yeah,
gotta
it's
use them
like
all up.
Let's see, where's the 4th on this damn thing? Okay, so the 4th is there. where it was exactly a week ago. So, like, I still hear shit popping off every now and then.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're done.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
And, like,
over.
I live right next to a cop station and right across from a bar, basically. So I either get to listen to super drunk, rowdy people or sirens going off. That's pretty much my existence.
Fuck, that sucks.
That's I just have headphones that are nice.
Fair enough.
Stay at home.
Those noise
play games.
cancelers.
Yeah.
Caleb, is there anything you want to add?
Trying to think. Nah. Nope. Watch for next week when we get our stuff going on. I don't know who we got coming in, but
yeah. I'll figure it out.
we'll have something. We'll have something for
we
you.
always make it work.
We got
All
something.
right. Thanks again for being on here.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for having
it.
me, guys.
All right. That's it.
Peace out.
Have a good
Later.
weekend. Bye.
Bye.